And nobody is stopping other regions to move to the southeast as well, to do business or to dwell in that region. And I think if you are talking about, okay, set up a truth commission, what about the mindset of the people in the north who still think that their people were massacred during the first coup in 1966 in Nigeria? They still have that one in mind too. So how do you handle their own aspect too? What about other people that lost life during the Civil War? Probably not from the Southeast, or maybe they are part of Southeast that time, but not their South people. How would you want them to feel? So how many people are we going to pacify? And when we talk about Abiola, I think the Yoruba really moved on after Abiola's death. And to tell you the truth, an average Yoruba man does not support Obasanjo to be the president in 1999. That is why you see that majority of the people in that region voted for Falai. But unfortunately, power might be the military, the first Obasanjo in Nigeria. And we moved on, and then we play our politics. We're outside of the federal, the ruling party for nearly 16 years. And then we fought our way back. And today, well, one of our sons is the president. If God give him the strength, he might be the president for another up to 2031. And then to go back to the north again. I think politics just play a game very well. It's just a game of win or lose. But you have to be strategic enough to know how to win. That is the way I see that one. Which other topic do we talk about? Because I don't want to take too much of your time.
We were also talking about the American presence, increasing presence in Nigeria, and what this means for Nigeria as the military delegation from the United States go into closed-door meetings with Tinubu in Aso Rock. And then we're also talking about Ladipo market being shut down. And then we were doing the count, about 18 markets have been shut down so far. And then we're wondering what's in play there. Is there an ethnic tonality to it as some people are agitating for us to believe, or is it a matter of trying to sanitize that space? So we're talking about that as well. And then we're also talking about this convoluted language for the transmission of election results. You know, why are people railing against it? So all of those things or anything else that interests you. I'm going to bail out and let you guys carry on the conversation. Choma can shut it down. Mike can shut it down as well. Choma takes charge. Midwest still to speak. Ken, after a long time, Mike wants to chime in as well. So a lot of conversation still. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. No super task to report. I'm not sure what's going on there. People don't love us anymore. But thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Okay, I think about the American delegation. I've already spoke about it. I think there's no fear to. I don't know, because no matter what happens in the next few years, America is going to have another president probably in the next 2 years. And if Tinubu win, he will continue to be there in 2031. There's always a room for negotiation and renegotiation. So I think that one to me is okay, especially we're in security situation in Nigeria, and some of our military have been compromised. Maybe they are helping us in terms of, that's what I read, in terms of intelligence and communication. So if they can help us and we can find a way to put this in the board, I mean, probably fight these people or arrest them, whatever we can do.
Rami?
To reduce it.
Rami, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Don't you think it's kind of a problem that Tinubu is not telling us what they are discussing? Like communicating with us, being transparent about their discussion, because the thing is very sensitive.
When it comes to security, sometimes.
No, not necessarily the security part. We are not talking about showing us, telling us details, but like being open about, okay, we discuss about this issue, that issue, but we're not saying tell us what they want to strike or anything. But we're just saying like, what were the topics? Because we don't know if they are in the room telling him. Or that, because America is not to come to negotiate their interest,
I understand you, but if they come out and say that we just discuss our security, how to improve the security situation in Nigeria, is that not what you want to hear? That's over.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm very sure they will discuss other issues. They
Yes,
will not just come here and only talk about. They will use the opportunity to also discuss their country, Chinese
that's why I said
companies,
it's
all
all
those kind of
about.
things.
That's why I said it's all about interest. But leave that one because no matter what you do, we are not in the presidency and we are not in the corridor.
But we have a right to know now. I don't know why
Yes,
you are doing
if
it.
you have, okay, let me just finish quickly so that another person can come in. In terms of demolishing markets or trying to do environmental sanitation in Lagos, of course, there is a tribal coloration to it. I totally agree with that because a lot of Yoruba have been complaining about this, that some of their markets have been taken over from other regions of the country. So they have a right, and everything is being reorganized and rearranged again. So if you are living as a native in your own region, you don't want somebody that comes from outside to control whatever in your own state. So one way or the other, they will tell me something. So and this is because of the consequence and the aftermath of the 2023 election. And they are not stupid again. Another election is coming, and so they have to find a way to do whatever they should do because everybody wants to win. If somebody can get 94% in their state, so what is wrong if I can get 99% in my own state too? So I don't blame them for doing that. So
you know that in the Ladipo market, every ethnic group is there, right? So are you saying that punishing all of us because they want to punish one people? Is that what you are telling us?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm just trying to say is that they said the market is dirty, they are using environmental or whatever. But I'm also trying to say that.
But you say you agree that it's ethnic something there.
It's not ethnic cleansing. I'm saying that
I didn't say cleansing. I say coloration.
Some of our people have been complaining that they are hijacking their market.
Who's complaining? I don't know any person complaining about they are hijacking their market.
Okay, whatever you can say.
Okay, let's say they are complaining. Hold on. Let's say they are complaining. So you believe in that Lagos State government just going to shut down the whole market where every tribe is trading?
No. There's so many issues in most of the markets. It can be because of environmental factor. Maybe they're right.
No, I'm going by what you agree. You say you believe that.
I believe because that is what we have been hearing all around, especially in Lagos State. I'm not talking about.
You wouldn't want to believe that the Lagos State government will do that now.
Whatever. You should also know that this is an election year. Everybody try their best to whatever they are going to do to make sure that they win an election. So you can't rule that one out also. So I think I was talking here.
That Ladipo, I think, is because of environmental sanitation. I mean, I think that this is second time they shut Ladipo down. It's actually
that's what I believe too now. And they try to modernize Lagos. Yeah, they want to modernize Lagos. The idea of that rough market.
Open markets have no place in Lagos. Look at Balogun.
Exactly.
There's a serious Balogun now over just before Christmas. A lot of people paid. A lot of things happen. When you go to those places are not fit for purpose. We should not have those kind of markets. It's not organized.
There's a Lagos master plan too, you know.
Even in terms of safety, it's not even proper. In Balogun, you can't. A fire truck couldn't come into Balogun now. The place was burning down. Fire trucks couldn't access because buildings have been built around the place.
Exactly.
There's no designated traffic path. Traffic is blocked. They couldn't bring emergency vehicles in. Ladipo, Alabarago, they had issues of sanitation, animal waste, animal blood was flowing into the open channels, contaminating.
Aro, in Abuja you can't.
Lot of issues.
Aro, in Abuja you can't create such kind of markets like before you even begin to set up all those they would demolish it. So Lagos, when Lagos in the days before. When they planned Lagos, when it was built, they didn't build it for that kind of settings, where people. But unfortunately, when people started migrating to Lagos, started creating all these markets, there was no government back then. Because there were Bushmen that were ruling Nigeria back then, so they didn't see anything wrong with it. They didn't understand what city is supposed to be like. So they allow it to just happen, where we just have open market, just rough a city. Can you imagine? You can't see any other city in the world now.
That's
So the
not
Lagos
true
master
like
plan
that,
that they have
you
now,
know.
they want to eliminate those things, you know. But it's
I think it's
not.
just population explosion is what we have in Nigeria. Because
No, in
when
Lagos.
you look at it, yeah, okay, let's not even look at Lagos alone, just across Nigeria. When you look at historical facts, I know of the older empire, I know of the Jigomeko in Ife. I mean, they were well organized. There's still artifacts that show how organized they were, how the traders, how they organized themselves. I mean, we even as a culture before Igbo people came, we understood sanitation. I mean, for instance, these people that do, we understood smallpox, and we actually even had a cult dedicated to smallpox. I want the Yoruba at least. And then when you look at you look at the guys, you know, so I don't think, I think it's just we lost ourselves in the confusion of identity due to the colonial experience. I think it's something that is still troubling us. We need to, you know, there's things that we did before the colonialists came that shows that we know how to organize ourselves.
Can I also come in there? Good morning. Hello.
Please
Mike.
comment, sir. Yes.
Yeah, the thing is this, you see, when it comes to market across Nigeria, the way we operate those marketplaces, the government need to change it. They need to advance it so we can think like a real capitalist. So we can use those markets to create job, beautify it, well structured. Because this local idea of marketplaces be dirty, just have a shop, bring somebody in. In fact, if you enter there, you don't even know the shop owners, people's everywhere, they survive. And we're talking about multi-millionaire business. We're talking about the consuming strength of a state. We're talking about retail here, which is the economy of a state. So at the end of it all, the government don't even know proper way to pass it. They don't create actual job out of those consuming strengths. People just take advantage. That is why you see somebody with one shop, two shop coming out to build upstairs, building houses, buying land, doing every manners of things. These are money that's supposed to create job and boost the economy. So I think the Lagos state government stopping markets is not only enough, but they should introduce another measures on how business should be done. Take for example, I saw a video in United Kingdom where you see people from third world countries, all they want to do is just to open shop, dirty the streets, you know, shouting there, wow. Some people even cook rice and put in wheelbarrow. It was rolling it in United Kingdom, something that looked like wheelbarrow. You can imagine. I said, you see, this mentality, this is what we can offer when we leave our country. Is it not somebody that thought of Madonna? Is it not somebody? So that local ideology that we call business into that. This is not business. It's a complete exploitation of a state economy. But unfortunately, when you have leaders who are addicted to crude oil from Niger Delta, they just think we say, oh yeah, they will share to governor and the development of theory, building road, building this, building that. But the actual development is how do you really capture the expenditure? That is this what we are missing.
Proper structure.
Proper structure, how to capture that expenditure. How do they spend that money? Where does it go? Who benefited from it? Where do they stop? That's why you see when another government, like today, now God forbid bad thing, another president come in, everything about Tinubu is history. When it comes to economic plan, whatever, they don't give a shit because of the way we approach it. So I still concentrate on that market. If you look at the way Nigerians does their business, okay, not only Nigeria, we are taking the same culture to Cameroon. The people are not happy. We're taking it to Senegal. They are not happy. You go to some market, you see a lot of Nigerians, even Ghana, they are fed up. You open shop, before you know it, the other Nigeria open. It's like we are not competing with the locals. Instead of we to really put this money together, get a warehouse, organize it, structure it, and create a real market name, whereby we also create job for the locals and give us better image. Okay, this morning I woke up. I'm working in a German company here. But no German is working here. This is a German company who came here to invest. You understand me? Likewise, you go there, you see a Swedish company there. They employ Germans there. But when you start bringing this culture of local and there is a huge money going into that market, untraceable, you are not buying fancy car, what you call tax is not properly taxed. Whether you even decide whether you're supposed to even pay tax, I don't even know. Because there are companies, the business there that are struggling. They want to actually make money. They just make this money in a very soft way, and nobody can count for it, and they go away with it, and we see it as normal. I think it is our time the government need to start reforming these things, because if they do, everybody will benefit. Both those who have the money for the business, the state himself, employment will be coming out, so that we can advance those things. This is my own contribution this morning, because that one, I know they will colorize it to ethnic. Yes, there might be ethnic dimension, as this guy really said. Everybody is fed up. It's just that we don't want to say the truth. Like today now, let me also add this American issue to it. Yes, for me, I would be happy for America to decide my future in Nigeria than Boko Haram to decide it. Nigeria is gone. The government himself is already like, I don't know whether they have been able to fold the government structure himself, like the way Anakoda fold his pre, because two things is on ground. Either Boko Haram decide our fate, our future, or the American will decide. When this thing happened in Kwara, I did not even see Nigerian mainstream media announcing it or talking about it the way international mainstream media were talking about it. It's as if this thing is not normal. Nigerians don't know what to do again. It's not like it's like something I already accepted. That now 150 in Kwara. We are waiting for the next place. So we have gone far. Let us be honest. It depends on the president. If it is build Nigeria, you want to build. With this structure on ground, everybody will say about me. It's just a matter of time. Even Lagos, everybody go to run up and down. Because the demography is changing. These guys have mastered everywhere, both bush and cities, in the name of free movement. Can you imagine? Two more daughters were kidnapped in Edo.
Midwest Resource Republic. Let me say, if America decides your future, your democracy is gone for the next 40 years. They will give you Mobutu.
Do we even have democracy?
They listen, man. They will give you Mobutu or Paul Biya that will rule you for 40 years. You won't be able to change it.
Let it.
Bros, what we got right now, the democracy you have right now, at least you can change governments. We can,
wait, my brother.
Whoever is not doing the job, we ourselves can find the people that can do the job and vote them.
No, I agree with you.
If you put your country's future in the hands of these countries, what America want right now is a government that will just do their bidding all over the place. That's what they want. They will just control from Washington.
Mike, I agree with you.
So this idea that you just come and decide your future for you, I don't know how Nigerians are thinking like this.
Wait, Mike, if America
they gave you Babangida, they gave you just they do everything they tell them. He destroy everything.
Hold on a little bit. I want to put this one before you. If America don't do it that way, Boko Haram will do it in their own way.
What are you talking about? So if America don't give you Mobutu, Boko Haram will give you how does that correlate?
See, what these guys are doing, generally.
You know, if you are saying America should help, yeah, I agree. But to say they should determine our future, what does that determine our future?
My brother,
what does determine our future have to do with ending?
What that man said, America will decide our future is what I'm responding to. The issue of grant currently, if Nigerians don't look for a proper way to structure themselves as a country, Boko Haram will decide our future, and they are already doing it, and they have gone far.
But that's what we should be determining now. That's what we should be doing.
America coming in again. If we don't structure ourselves, they will decide our future. The thing is this: for Boko Haram to decide my future, let America decide it. That's what I'm saying.
No. Because Nigeria, if Boko Haram decide your future, you can, bro. One is more dangerous. Trust me, America deciding your future is more dangerous, because Boko Haram cannot decide your future. That's one. Whatever they can just. Whatever they decide is a matter of time before we can figure out to finish them, But America will decide your future. That one, you're not getting out of it. I'm telling you. They will make sure they put it when this is Congo. I don't know. That's why we don't read our problem in Nigeria. We don't read much about history. Because let me give you an example. Give me a second. Where we are right now, have you heard about Congo crisis in the 60s? Congo crisis. In Congo, they had crisis, right? Lumumba was there, and the division, one region, they started insurgency because they believed the resources were from there. Something. So, America came in, and that Congo had democracy. Lumumba was the president, Patrice Lumumba, and people believe America should come and decide their future. At the end of the whole smoke, Lumumba was out. Mobutu took over and he ruled that country for 40 years, destroyed it. And Congo till today haven't recovered. They're still dealing with it. They came to decide their future. When the people themselves could have put together and just get their things together and solve their problem and keep the democracy they have. Lumumba was not a bad president. He was a very Pan-Africanist.
Mike, you know funny thing about that Congo crisis? It is dangerously similar to us.
Because we have crisis.
It was everything was all about ethno-religious.
Exactly.
It was an ethno-religious power.
Do you know that how they're able to remove when they had crisis? The guy that was leading he was doing succession movement. There's a guy. I think his name is Moise Jombe. Okay, the Katanga region.
It was a character just like Atiku. When you look at his character, you can liken him to someone like Atiku, who was able to marshal essentially cause like a ethnic disaffection and ethnic suspicion. Ultimately, Lumumba was quiet. Till today, nobody knows whatever happened to his body. I believe it was said that it was dumped in acid.
They literally set him on. They gave down that side. And Lumumba was the one that called them to come in, the UN to come in.
Yeah. And it was the head of state. It was the head of state. He was arrested like a common criminal.
They gave the opposition weapon to capture their president. Can you imagine?
And they never saw him again. A wonderful man.
See, my brother, my put something there. When you look at our own issue, Nigeria issue is a structural problem. To me, I keep on believing it's just because of the greed of the wicked of a black man.
We can solve it ourselves now. What do we have to need to come and help you solve that thing for you?
Look at 160 people we lost at Kwara now. And it's like as business as usual when you analyze everything carefully. This was not America doing. It never the British for their own selfish interest. We, as a citizen of a country, we invaded our fellow citizens. And they were even of the same religion, just wipe out innocent people from their community. Then America is there. America is there for his own interest. For his own interest first. Then what is Nigerian interest in all of this? They are talking
Midwest. We have problem in Nigeria. That problem. That when I look at that, what happened yesterday, I look at Nigeria. I'm like, okay, why is nobody investigating? Why are we not on the streets protesting that government should go and investigate that thing? Or if government is too dumb, maybe they don't have the brain to investigate it. Why are we not asking which competent Nigerian to come out and put money together and say, hey, we offer bidding. Whoever can solve this problem among us, come out. You have the intelligence, come out. Let's discuss this. If you have a strategy, let's come together and figure it out. We are not doing that. All Nigerians we do. Listen, all we do is point fingers, complain, whine, cry, put hand on the head, shout. I'm like, what? Are you people human beings? Are you people? They got create us with brains. We don't use the brain approach. We use emotion, everything, emotion, and then we swear for. Or we just accuse one tribe or something like that. That's all we do. We don't solve problem. Black man does not like to solve problem because thinking is just something that make him uncomfortable. So we don't solve problem. Every country in the world, if you look at America, when they have disaster, Ukraine, they will sit down and putting a strategy, expressing facts and putting number, discussing strategy on how to go about it. But we don't do that. We don't discuss strategy. All we do is just cry, complain, and then now we now get to the point where we're not calling someone else to come and do the strategy for us. What could we be thinking of doing ourselves?
My brother, America is already there. They are there. We can't move them. We can't remove them.
No, if America can help us solve it, I'm all for it. But the idea that when you people make statement like come and decide my future for me, what kind of statement is that?
Wait, Mike, what is America coming to solve? To stop the killing?
Are they talk to you? Are they discuss? Okay, I just asked Remy Asekon. Why is they just had a meeting with Tinubu, and Tinubu didn't come out to tell us what they discussed.
To stop? Wait, how would they stop this kind of fight? They went to Afghanistan, they were not able. Somalia, they tried to give some help, they were not able to stop this kind of people. These are people. It is not the resources to stop them. Nigeria will continue to pay until they get broken. America is there to make their money. So why
now you're contradicting yourself now because now you are now saying they don't have the means to solve it. But then you also say you wanted to decide me your future.
They cannot.
So they can't solve it.
They cannot, because the
And
reason is
everybody know the asymmetric warfare.
What I mean
it's not. Yeah.
For example, if Nigerian government is able to put a plan down that will benefit the future of everybody, such as returning Nigeria to regional government by force, the Northerners have solution to this problem. I'm telling you, the Southeasterners have solution to their problem. It's just because everybody want to fight for that presidency. And that is why many people are now becoming unsatisfied, no matter what Nigeria
honestly, Midwest, I don't see the difference between regional government and the state government that we have. The states are just like the regions back then.
I think the little difference is that if, for example, they said the state should be generating money by themselves, then it will be the same. This idea of going to Abuja and be giving them money and all those kind of things is not with the same region. Let them take responsibility for the educations of their people.
Midwest, let me tell you something, man. Let me give you one. Let me share one strategy.
Generating money to solve it. I mean to say.
Let me share one strategy rather than just do this complaint thing. If I'm a governor, right? Maybe a governor will be listening to me. If I'm a governor of a state right now, what I will do is every local government within my state, I will create something called security service where that community, the young people there, trusted, where I know document and everything, I will train them to do patrol within their local government day and night, and then I will convince federal government to please give me arms to defend those communities, those every local government, at least strategic local spots in the local government where somebody, in fact, the easy way, the entrance into that local government, I will harm it, I will mount weapons there, so my state will be secure.
See, Mike, the thing we need to do, I agree.
So if you come to invade my state, you know it's going to be fire for fire. So if bandits are coming, my machine guns already. Machine gun will be at the entrance of my state. So as they are coming with their bike and their weapons, my weapon will be shooting down at them. So that's the solution, and it's so easy. That's what Nigerian government should do. Every local government, entrance to that local government, you have.
That's why I say.
Then they should have 10, 50 caliber machine gun where a mile away that bullet will hit you. So as they're coming,
Mike, making a conclusion that they are going to come down the designated routes. They will come to the bush. They will escape through the bush.
No. These people come on bikes. Almost every.
The reason they come on bikes because they can navigate the bush paths. The designated road.
No. These people, when they come, trust me, they don't. You can't walk through bushes. They know. They only even the bush where it's walkable through that side. I'll have someone watching. Like I said, every perimeter possibly where someone will come into entrance of the state or community or local government, somebody's there 24/7 watching. People are watching. There's called patrol, military patrol. That's how military defend their bases. There are people patrolling 24/7. So as they are coming, somebody will see them, and the weapon will just point towards as they're coming. As they're coming, you rain fire on them. So that's how you solve your problem. You don't need America to come and teach you to do that one. And we are not doing it. We have Nigeria government haven't even thought to that level.
Do they hear me at all?
I hear you.
Yeah, you see, if we want to solve that problem, it's still better to work like what they are doing in Lagos. This free movement of people just moving anyhow, go to a place, Nigeria Limited, you push up there, you start selling goods, should stop. Every business should be documented properly.
But is it not state government's responsibility? Is that not what the state government?
Wait a little bit. I want to add this one to it. Every local government should document those that live within them and those who are just coming.
Exactly.
So that the day they control you, they will ask, where are you coming from? You are from Bono. Automatically, you are a suspect, but you are not guilty.
Or maybe you are from Midwest. Now you are talking. You should have talked like this when you start talking instead of saying,
okay,
I'll surrender my future to America.
Maybe you are from Edo State. You go to somewhere. This one is a suspect because he has not been living here. The idea of one Nigeria
anyone that moves into a community should come and register.
You want America, you want America to come and bomb and remove the bad guys. Everything will remote to normal. My brother, the world is advancing. We have reached a stage where we have to change the way we do things, or else we come to get the same results.
It's true.
That's just the truth.
Even if you go to Nigeria, they're still using biro to write things. I'm like, you guys going to keep the style of updating your things. Just doing everything the same way since the 8th, since the 6th, since they get independent. He's doing everything the same way, same machine, same everything, same typewriter.
My brother, you go everywhere, also Aboki. Where are they from? who provide them? Nobody.
One Nigeria.
These guys will promise to one day. They will overcome the office.
Is
Go
the
and mark
spirit
my
of one
word.
Nigeria.
But
The
when we are
spirit of
voting for
one
our governor,
Nigeria.
we don't ask them these questions. Like, come, we don't even discuss with them. Like, come, you want to be my governor? Do you understand this? Do you understand that? Do you understand that we need to? We don't even have all this conversation. But we have democracy. That's the beauty. At least, listen. In Midwest,
Mike, this idea I presented before you, if you try it on the federal level, the people from the north will kick against it.
Yeah, let's stop blaming Northerners. My brother, in your state, if you start doing it, nobody will not come and stop you from doing that. Let's stop this pointing fingers and this person made me
anyway,
think
thank
straight.
you for that. Anyway, thank
we
you for
need
that
to stop
correction.
it. Exactly. We say, and this person and these people don't make me. My God, if my Southwest governor can't think to do that, then I'm not going to play Hausa man. That's our problem. The thing is,
Midwest, one Nigeria.
it's again. I can excuse. See, like today, I can't even be excusing Nigerians because I can excuse somebody from maybe Cameroon for the problem not being solved because they don't have democracy. So they have a dictator that just there, so they can't change him. I can excuse people from all these countries in Africa where this dictator, we can't go and talk to them. But Nigerians, we are no longer. Now we are in democracy. We literally all of us Nigerians can literally go among themselves and pick somebody and say, okay, this is going to be our president 2027. I just put them in, or even governors. We have the power to change, and I've seen it happen. I'm seeing states voting out their governors, but they just can't. But they don't have conversation of the solution to their problem before the election. We're discussing politics. We don't discuss a solution to our problem. All we are discussing is some tribal shit. Oh my God!
People are talking. Okay, people complain, but
they complain. That's not talking. Exactly.
So look at it now, okay? The incident in Kwara has happened. Insecurity has continued in Nigeria unabated. And what has been the subject of conversation this week? A non-consequential clause. Well, I wouldn't even call it non-consequential because it's a very consequential clause that would look to disenfranchise a lot of voters in Nigeria, and that is what they've been talking about, the electoral reform.
Can you imagine? Do you imagine that even the Kwara people, I'm very sure they have a lot of professors, very educated Kwarians. None of them have called their Kwarian governor to come out and have
they have.
As the governor come out to have a press conference.
It was the deputy vice president was there with the governor, I believe, yesterday.
Was there a conference or was it just sorry?
They did. There was a kind of like a statement made. Yeah.
Statement. I imagine.
Okay. Although I read the visit wasn't far-reaching enough, they didn't go to some of the areas affected. They just went to one or few places, then they stayed at the capital. So I've actually seen criticism that the governor has not done enough.
Hold on. Okay, listen. In America, for example, when disaster happened in a community, local government, you have the governor, the head of police, the sheriff, every department that has input, and they will all make statements, give facts and what their findings and what they know so far and what investigation they will do next and what answers they will give the people, and then they will now say, what would they propose to solve from the findings, what they will propose to prevent it from happening again, or the solution. That's what we want to see. We don't see any of that.
Don't do that one. We don't do that in Nigeria, Mike. We bicker and we complain and we point fingers and which we try to make to kind of one law prison.
The police have to come and it's their job to do investigation, to know a commissioner has his jurisdiction. You're supposed to be able to address crime that happened in a jurisdiction. What happened? You are the police, you are the inspector, you are the commissioner. Come and give us details of what you know.
The police you are calling, they themselves, they are trying to hide their own head. If anything enter their pool, it's over. And nobody cares. I'm telling you.
Midwest, the conversation you're having against all these through the tantrum, okay, it's all bad. That's all you're doing. Okay, so because you believe that that's the case, so you should not even bring this up to address, like, okay, should we not be on the streets protesting that we need a commissioner to come and give us press conference and come and give us finding of his investigation? You are not doing your job. We don't protest those kind of. Even Shawari, they call himself a chief protester. He doesn't protest for anything like that. All he does is come and protest about some rubbish. In every now and then, protest about. Well, sometimes I give it. Well, at least he's doing something. He's doing protest. But in Nigeria, we don't protest to solve problems. We just protest for stupid things, you know. And then when we talk too, we don't talk towards solution or anything. So people are not doing their job, and we are not doing anything about it.
Not because they cannot protest, they are tired. They have been crying. They have been protesting. Nothing is coming out of it.
They are not protesting. They protest rubbishly. They protest for rubbish things. Listen,
Okay,
hold on. Wait. I just told you just now. Something happened. A inspector general, a commissioner of police of that state is supposed to come and have press conference and do investigation, and he's not doing it. If you go out and protest until you go and do that investigation, we are not leaving. We are protesting here. We need you to go and do that investigation. Go and do your job. You protest.
Yeah.
That's protesting to solve problem.
Mike, if you go to police office, they have already opened a file. They are already investigating. I don't know how to really.
All the attacks that been happening. Name one that they've come out to tell us that they investigate and this is their finding. Name a single case.
Every single one they have filed for it. Somebody close to me.
Oh, really? And you read it? You read the file, and they come and present it to you?
No, wait. What I mean by file is that they always try to tell you they are working.
They're protesting releasing Nnamdi Kanu so that he will come and be causing me.
One they are out of the scene, the rest is just the day media go there, they tell you their men, tactical men is investigating. They don't have tools. The people that live there,
if they don't have tools, they should tell us what they need to get the tools. I'm very sure Nigerians can donate money.
You know why I said they don't have tools? You know why they don't have tools? Tools for investigation is more than carrying a gun, going to ask people.
Maybe it's like you're giving excuses for these people. That's what you're doing. You see, you are helping to excuse their problem, why they can't do something.
I am not excusing. Let me land my point.
They haven't told you they don't have tools, but you're the one helping them to tell me that they don't have tools.
Yes, let me tell you the tools they don't have. It's not a matter of giving them gun or buying America this and that. Who live in those communities? Can they go to the local government and get details? The answer is no. Where is the investigation coming from? How many people that live there?
Which tools are you talking about?
Although you have a point, Midwest, but at the same time, they have tools to investigate. If they want to catch you, Nigerian police will catch you. So sometimes they don't do their job very well.
It's not a matter. It's not a matter of catching somebody. They always catch. That is why.
Okay, let me give you a very good example. The Kogi State governor. Do you know how they are tackling this insecurity? It's the guy you are using the police to attack them. They bought a drone. They bought a helicopter. That they are using police, not even Nigerian military. It's them that are rooting out the terrorists in Kogi State. It is the police. So sometimes don't berate them that they are not well trained or they don't have the material or the tool. They do have. But
even if they don't have, why can't they come out and tell us that they don't have it? So we can then tell us that you want to raise fund. We can raise fund now. In America, here, people donate to police fund. In America, they say, hey, we need donate to police fund. Come and tell us. 10 Nigerians that listen. Hold on. Let me say this. 10 Nigerians, what you don't have, what you need, and why you are limited in this. And 10 Nigerians like, hey, it's other ways you can raise money. If diaspora, if you want to help us donate to raise money to get these tools or whatever we need, just talk to us, man. Talk to us about solving it so we can all solve it together. It's not like government is quiet. Governor is quiet, police is quiet, everybody, and we are getting attacked every day, and all we are doing is just crying.
Wait, hold on a moment. Let me remind you of an incident. Can I do that? Let me remind you of an incident.
Is to kick out religion in our life.
Okay, after you kick out religion, then we'll start doing our jobs, right?
Hold on a moment.
After you end religion, the commissioner will start doing his job. You start investigating, right?
Okay.
No, Mike.
I don't know, man.
No education, nothing.
Mike, do you know why? Michael, wait, hold on a moment. Do you know why investigation is very complex on this matter? There are power to be political influential people that are very, very involved in all this evil that is happening in our country. Let me. So
they are the ones telling the commission and the investigation.
Hold on a moment. Ribadu is very close to Tinubu. There was a day somebody was saying this gun won't see for now. Ribadu give us. Where is the case? So, my brother, a lot is going on in our country. Complex
so the people, then those things, we need to be asking those questions.
So
not sit
the
around and
thing
be
is, who are
crying.
you going to? It's left for the president to save us.
These people need your vote. They are trying to convince you to vote for them. So you package all these questions and ask them. We don't do that.
My brother, the way it is now, vote for Nigeria tribe in Igopio, because even whether it's ADCO, whether it's PDPO, when you look at their faces, either you call them old colleague, old friends, or people of association. So, my brother, this one where you talk, say, whom are we going to vote for? If they restructure Nigeria or give autonomy to state, we will start voting the rightful people. The way it
what
is
do you mean?
today,
Don't have wait. You know, state don't have the autonomy to a large degree.
We don't have autonomy. Not the president.
So you're not the one picking. You're not the one voting your governors. You're not the one.
But there's still problem about that insecurity, because when you have the state governor, they will tell you, "Hey, my hands are tied. You have to go to Abuja, decentralize it. Let them have that."
Decentralize what? Decentralize what?
Decentralize the Nigerian police. Let it
listen. You see when people keep saying that, it's just excuses, man.
Secondly, it is high time we stop going to Abuja. Every state, go and work hard. Develop your state by yourself.
Remy, they already gave Remy. Remy, they already gave governor the power to develop his state, and they give him allocation every month. So why are we still giving excuses?
So this allocation, giving them allocation, breeds laziness.
Okay, bro. Don't elect lazy governor and tell your governor to stop being lazy. That's what you need to do. Protest your governor to stop being lazy.
It breeds laziness.
We give too much excuses, man.
Are you talking? I don't know. I can't hear you. Are you talking?
Maybe I'm talking. Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead. After you.
I say we Nigerians should stop giving excuses to why something. Whenever we have a problem, all we excuse we give is, we need to change this. No, we need to change this structure. Well, they need to stop giving this. Come on, man. That's not a solution. When you have a problem, when a man is not doing his job, listen, if you're not doing your job, you're not going to get a result. So if someone's not doing his job, don't give an excuse why he's not doing his job. Don't say, he's not doing his job because they are giving him allocation. If they take allocation, that's not it. No, do your job. That's the thing. You can't go and be working in a company and be telling them why you're not working.
It seems you are only listening to yourself.
And say, I'm not doing my job because you're not paying me enough.
I told you category in terms of security. Each state governor will tell you that although we are receiving allocation, but we are not in charge of security. The security is.
What do you mean they are not in charge of security?
That's what they will tell you. I'm telling you.
He's lying. He's lying.
I need to go back.
He's lying.
That is what they hide under. That's what they hide.
Then you show him how. You show him how he's in charge of security.
Mike, there are issues that will happen in your state. IG from Abuja will tell the commissioner what to do and what not to do, and that's final. So just get that one very clear.
No. You hold on. Listen. You are the chief security officer of your state, right? Now, you call whatever is going on in your state. You call every state have commissioner. You call your commissioner. You sit down. You go on a drawing board. You have meeting, and you conclude on what to get done. And once you conclude on what to get done, now you've agreed on what to get done, and you announce to the people. Hold on. You announce to the people because they voted you in, they employed you. That I've met with the commissioner and we've had some private investigation. We've done investigation. We'll find out the problem and we find out what to do, and this is what we're going to do. And now, once we've announced to the people, we've all talked, and then the commissioner refused to do it because the IG called him not to do it, and then you realize the commissioner haven't gone to do what he's supposed to do. You now call a press conference again and tell the people like, okay, what I announced to you, what we agreed that the commissioner would do, he hasn't done it. And you tell the commissioner now, come and explain to the people why you haven't done it. That's how you expose rubbish. If the commissioner is not saying, I didn't do it because IG didn't let me do it, and then, IG is putting hands in his matter, and then you say, we have to, the IG come and speak, or whatever, or you call the president, whatever. Just let the people know what's going on. That's all. Because at the end of the day, the politician wants people to vote for them, and when you start exposing their behavior, they will tighten up. But it's not like people will sit down, we know these things, and we just cry. Grown men, especially Nigerian men, you call yourself men and you just cry every day. Come on now. Do two things they do. They cry and they go demarcate their country. That's what they do. They go on the internet. Nigeria bad. Nigeria is the worst country in the world. Oh, Nigeria, as if they're laughing. And then later on, other Africans where their country is even worse, this one will come and use that same line to yap them online. Your country is you are the one that gave them the talking. I'm like, you guys are God, Lord, man. Nigeria, they be on the internet just demarcating themselves, demarcating their country. I'm like, you guys are, hey. And they'll say they're intelligent people.
So, Mike, can I contribute? Mike,
Yeah,
you know what? You know what? Sometimes you have to understand the way things works in Nigeria. That's what we call chain of command. Although the system they are using in Nigeria today, that the security must come from the center, is archaic and outdated. Until they have to change that law. Before they decentralize them to Deputy Commissioner of Police for region or whatever. But it's not working. So that is why I'm trying to tell you that now we must change that one, speed up state police, so that we know that anything that happens in a state is the responsibility of the governor to take care of security and life of that state. Not giving me excuse every time that no, my hands are tied, this kind of case is Abuja that have to handle it. We should stop that. And the only way you can stop that is two ways. It's either we totally get to
Remy, I'm sorry. Please, when did any commissioner of police have come to tell you that his hand is tied?
So many times. Okay, let me give you an example.
Oh, really?
There was a time that there was a security situation in Lagos State, and someone who was talking to that I don't know whether it's commissioner of police, but I know it's an high rank officer, and someone is trying to direct him, and he's trying to tell no, I have to take order from Abuja.
Hold on, are you talking about that property issue?
It's not only about property.
It was that property issue. No, it was a dispute.
Look at the NSAS crisis. When Tinubu was trying to control, Sanwo-Olu was trying to put everything in order, and he went to the police. The police said, no, this is from Abuja.
Come on now, stop it now. It was even Sanwo-Olu that ordered the soldiers to come now. But
it's not he got you.
Come on now, Remy, stop this now.
He got direction from Abuja. He cannot just
someone who call commissioner like go and stop this problem, and he said no, we can't do it because Abuja.
He got permission from Abuja, whether it's him, but he cannot just direct.
The only one I know is that property dispute where this from Abuja they're saying that's different. That's different.
Let me give you another example. Have you ever had cases that they will arrest somebody and before you know it, they will take him to Abuja? Why are they taking him to Abuja?
Well, that's the whole different conversation. We understand that one. Like
it's still part of.
Listen.
Let me conclude this way so that you can talk. So to me, I believe in two things. Number one, state resource control. Number two, the way they do federal allocation. Maybe they have to put maybe 5% of our federal allocation go to security matter, and they give more power to the state commissioner of police. If we don't want to have we don't want to have state police, give more power to the state governor. Security of life and whatever, define it. Terrorism, this and this is your responsibility.
Sorry, Remy, I don't want to flog this issue too long, but what I will conclude is we Nigerians, we give excuse to why people are not doing their job. But what we have right now, system we have right now is enough to solve problem. We excuse why problem is not solved. That's what we do, and unfortunately, we are not helping it. Whatever system, when they give you new system, they give you new system. Wait. They give you state police. If those state police don't do their job, we're still going to have the same problem. It's the amount of people doing their job. And let's stop excusing that. People are not doing their job. If you do your job, you solve problem. You can't say, oh, it's not doing his job because it's a structure. Come on, let's stop it, man. And we are excusing why they are not doing their job. That's why they sit there and continue to be lazy and not do nothing. Because we ourselves are supposed to push them to do their job. We're already excusing why they are not doing their job.
For example, look at people in Lagos State, for example. The reason why that place will continue to develop than the rest of Nigeria is because the people in that state, they always talk. They know they are right. They go for what they want. But when you look at the other 35 states, people are docile. People don't talk. People just keep quiet. You voted for these people. You cannot even handle them. You cannot even call them to go and repair your road or fix your road or do this or do that. No.
No, really, who in Lagos is talking?
But they won't do that. But when you talk them about Nigeria to gossip or to demarket or bastardize their country, you will see them there. But
I don't
when
think
you
I would think the reason why you have something going on Lagos is because the master plan they had and the same guy, the continuity. I don't think it's because Lagosians are the one demanding anything.
Apart from okay, let me give you a very good example.
Lagosians are just the same as other Nigerians. They're not demand. They didn't demand the blue line. Lagosians didn't demand it.
Let me give you this example. My grandparents, they are living in Surulere. My brother is also still living there. He told me categorically, the place where we used to play football was a sandy pitch. And then they turned that place to a good football pitch, be the community health center for them. The people there in that local government, they contributed money so that they can seal up all their drainages, prepare their road. They contributed money and they gathered themselves and meet their representative. They put on pressure on them. If you go to that place, everything is now beautiful. That is what I call community engagement.
I won't lie to you. Before Fashola, when that development happened, what I used to believe. Hold on, when I was growing up in Lagos, everything that was bad in Lagos, we used to blame the presidents. It was when this master plan, when Fashola, when he started doing improvements, when I realized that
right.
So governors are really the ones supposed to be doing these things. And before that, everybody used to swear for the president, Babangida, Bacha. We just used to swear for presidents. We didn't know. And back then, even when Marwa started doing some little things, people they go to his president. We all thought he's the president. The guys, what's going on in Lagos now is just those guys having a plan. That's it.
Mike, you have to differentiate it. We are talking about security. We are not talking about infrastructure development. Some governors are doing a wonderful job. Some are terrible, okay? A lot of them are terrible, if I should say.
So we agree now. Yeah, they are
to differentiate. If you are talking about security, in securing your state, so it's a little bit different, okay, compared to when we talk about infrastructure. So, in fact, when you look at most Nigerian state capital, I think there's some, we can say some kind of, it might be slow, a kind of development in infrastructure. But in security, I'm telling you, most of these state governors hide under that thing. Until we change that law, until our people should start protesting for institutional change, not mediocre.
Remy, you have bandits. Remy, hold on. Listen to yourself. Right now, you have bandits killing people, and you are telling me that the solution now is we are going for institutional change.
Okay, you have bandits killing people. The state governor is the chief security officer of the state. The only state that I think have made a proactive is Kogi State. They use the police in that place. They get themselves a drone, an helicopter, and they fought this bandits.
Okay, so why are you saying institutional change?
What about Kwara State? What the Kwara State governor is so docile, so lazy, doesn't know what to do. And before you know it, he ran to Abuja. He was in Abuja last week now. He was there.
So who directly do you blame for having a useless governor?
Yeah, so that is the problem.
It's the people now.
If I were Tinubu, but unfortunately, let me be frank with you, we don't have the manpower. If we have the manpower, I would just condole off 3 regions in Nigeria: the North Central, the Northwest, and the Northeast. I will condole them off.
What do you mean?
But we don't have the manpower. We don't have the army. Can you believe? So many things happening there. Can you believe?
Remy, all you're doing all night is just giving excuses for.
I'm not giving excuses.
That's what you're doing. We don't have this. That's what you're doing all night. Stop it, man. Stop it.
This is not excuse. You cannot force your idea on me. I don't like the.
I'm not forcing an idea. What I'm saying is we give excuse for failure of our people. We give excuse for them. They themselves, you give excuse for them.
I'm not giving excuse. Why should I give excuse?
That's what you're doing now.
I'm not okay. That is the way you see it. I'm talking to you about what is.
I gave you a solution earlier.
The solution you gave cannot work.
What do you mean cannot work?
What kind of solution are you giving?
You work with every local government. People living in a local government to secure their own local government. That won't work.
It won't work.
It won't work.
Yeah, it won't.
The people living in local government, you work with them to help to secure their own neighbor. It's like telling me, hold on. It's like telling me that your house, your mansion, your compound, Me, I come to work with you in securing your compound because you are the one living there. I come to give you the things you need, right? Defense, the whatever you need, the gun, the whatever you need to secure your property. And then you are telling me it won't work. So I should not give you anything to defend yourself.
No, the one you made mention that each local government should have a kind of machine gun that can each round about 300 rounds or whatever. Let me give you.
It won't work. Why won't it work? So you telling me, wait. You telling me those? Wait.
Let me give you an example. Okay. If you go to the southern part of Nigeria, especially the southwest, because I've been to South too, in the southwest, a lot of places are inhabited by people. Most of the local government are already developed. And if you go to like places like Ibadan City, you can see hundreds of bicycles on the road every time.
Oh no! Before you take me away from my good response, that place in Kwara where those people just came. Listen, let me land. That place in Kwara where those people came. I listened to some people that gave talk about what happened. They say these people came in their bikes. They were coming. They were coming, and so and you telling me that if that community, the people there had their machine gun mounted, they wouldn't return fire or even fire the bandit before the bandit got to them?
Actually, what is happening in Nigeria is that those people, they are trying to go and buy them. They are in the remote area of each of the northern states, not central.
You say my solution won't work. I want you to prove it before you start
running. The reason why I said your solution will not work, if you are talking about Kwara alone or you are talking about...
No, everywhere. I'm just giving, okay, that Kwara, let's talk about that situation that just happened. Tell me how my solution won't have worked there.
Your solution wouldn't have worked because the mode of commuting in those places you are talking about is by Okada. And we have hundreds of Okada.
So the 50 caliber machine gun wouldn't have shot down. They wouldn't have been able to shoot those Okada guys.
If at a particular time there is a 25 Okada carrying people from one place to another and plying a road, then the machine gun will just fire all of them.
They are carrying guns.
You also think about it, okay?
Wait. So when bandits, they are. We see bandits coming with guns, coming to come and wipe out the people, and we see people stop them. And you are telling, let's even say by the time they will start shooting, you are telling me that
okay,
your 50 caliber gun it won't work. You won't shoot back.
To be frank with you,
you know what those guys are exploiting is this, those bandits. Lack of documentation of movement of Nigeria. So they can easily mingle either as a catorieras or just common laborers. And they are fellow Nigerians.
Midwest, let me tell you, these bandits will go pack the entire school.
No,
wait. They will pack an entire school of children, put them on a bus.
Mike, hold on the moment. Let me one moment. Let me add this one to it. That thing you mentioned will be the last game of the whole issue that Nigeria is facing today, where people will now resort to self-help. We are almost ripe for it. But that is when the government itself will now have issue. Either they will start buying the indigenous people to protect the bandit, or a full-scale crisis that could end the country. Because if those locals were to be harmed, nobody will come from far away to come and buy them like animal, cutting people's neck like that. I'm telling you, it will be fire to fire. We are going there, but it may take time. People are fed up. When you see citizens are no longer demonstrating, it's like buying people is no longer an issue.
Midwest,
it's not that people don't have the feeling.
Midwest, you know what's so funny? Midwest, you know what's really funny? Do you know that the cost to get those 50 caliber machine guns, right, to harm every local government, right? Do you know that it's less than the amount they pay for one stupid Tucano jet? You go and spend 300 million on one Tucano jet that can't defend everywhere. The kind of war you're fighting. Why you buy Tucano? So you want Tucano jet to defend bandits that's going on in about 12 different states. I mean, so when they start attacking in Benue, you fly the Tucano jet from Kaduna, start flying to Benue to go and attack people that already finished their job and run away. When I'm like, these people, I don't know, they have brain, man. Even the Nigerian military people, I'm like, these people, what are they learning? I think Nigerian military, all they go learn just violence. They don't learn. They don't learn how to plan strategy.
Let me give you an incident. I have a cousin in Delta State. For years, their mother has been dealing with pork meat. She said, "Go to Northern Part. You know they reared this meat before in the north, but I don't know of now." She will go and buy many with trailers, bring it to Delta. She's a Benin. She's from Benin, but she stays in Delta. She's a sister to my late mom. She's also late now. And their daughter told me, "Look, my dear brother, recently said the area they used to sell that meat. Now the population of the northerners that occupy those areas are now dictating the status quo. They said they don't want to see anything like pork meat in that area again. This is Delta State that doesn't have an indigene of such people. So I am telling you, this game that is on ground is going to touch everybody.
You know,
whether we don't have to play
I always say something like, people say, "Oh, that's right, tribalism." Listen, when you created, like, before Nigeria was created, like, we had existing indigenous people. They were, in charge of their territory. You understand? Like, the people were there. They know each other. Even in that community, they know which family house you come from, where you understand, who are you, and they know who's a stranger. You understand? They know who's a stranger. Like, okay, this person is visiting from this place. They won't name you according to where you come from. So they know. And when you even come into that community, you have to meet the chief, the local chief, to introduce yourself. They know you. So we had all this structure in place already. These ways in place already. And also back then, we had the community people where they are like the warriors that defend the town, right? We had them. Because back then you can't just go and get. They know their people. So we already had these things in place. Somehow, these bourgeoisies, they went to England. They will say they become educated. They wanted to turn everybody to English, and then they just say, "Okay, we are one, this and that." It just create a country, and they just they literally abolish like the culture, the structure people already had, the kingdoms what they already had in place. Rather than, I'm not saying what was in place should necessarily have been kept that way, but you have to work with it. You understand? You work with what's already on ground and use it to move forward.
And a little bit.
You know they could have used. Do you know they could have used that that system back then to use to create IDs to identify Nigerians, all Nigerians, right? They could have just made, to get ID card, you get it through your local. We have the kings and chiefs that are still in place. To get an national ID card, you get it through your traditional rulers because they know you. They know, okay, you're in Nigeria, you're from this community, you're from this family, so you get your national ID through them. So now a foreigner cannot just, like someone that's not from Nigeria now, cannot come and say, okay, you are going to one town, a king, and say you want to go and get a national ID. They will know that you're not from there. But Nigeria now, they put everything in the hands of some person who just somehow. So somebody from the J Republic or somebody from Cameroon can just come and get Nigerian ID, even Nigerian passport. So,
my brother, the way we are going, that's why I told you, you know where I start from. The way it is, these guys are going to determine the fate of the entire country. If you go to communities today, you go to city, I tell you, even that your Lagos, Mike, where you grow, if you see the kind of things you will see, you go wonder, say, man, this is not going to end well. Who are these people? Where are they from?
Eventually, it's gonna, yeah.
Because their doings has nothing to do with Yoruba at all. Nothing. And their population is growing. You go to a joke, that is what you will see. They are not people you are used to in the South. I said, my cousin told me, look, my dear brother, you see that area where my mom used to operate. If you put pork meat there, now your cows, they go carry. Delta State.
Yeah, and when you bring this law, they will say, some politicians will say, no, they are against you because he's a detribalized Nigeria. I'm like, what are you talking about? Is there such thing? Is there even a such thing?
They will give us the back. Will that solve the problem? The answer is no. People just wake up and be cattle dealer. Where are you coming from? What are you selling? How many people have you sold to? How much are you making? Nobody cares. And when you see they gradually form a community, sub-community. Their children don't even go to schools. They don't believe in what you believe.
Honestly, man, we have a system that we can't define. I'm sorry, man. Like we can't define it. We use often we just use people use the sweet talking point just to dismiss real discussion. Like this thing, I will bring it up. Somebody will say, I can't engage in that because me, I'm a detribalized Nigerian. And if you ask the same idiot that says detribalized, if you ask him what tribe is from, he'll tell you, you know. So so it really doesn't have any meaning. I mean, detribalized Nigerian, so he doesn't let everybody do. You can't. The reality is ethnic nations, nationalities still exist, and people still have customs and things that they still do in their space and things. You have to regulate things, man. You have to regulate things. Like, people can't just migrate and just be in the midst of people without, you know, coming there, going to orientation, like, okay, this place I'm going, this is the orientation, this is where they are. And that's another thing and they don't learn. Even in the past, we had the issue when Nigeria was first created. A lot of Southeasterners used to get chopped off in the north because they were not familiar with Islam. And you have a situation where somebody where he comes from to use the paper to wipe hands, a normal thing. You don't know what to be Quran, say na Aram, say you go use page of Quran, to wipe hands. So it was not he didn't go to orientation before moving to that space. Now, innocent man, see paper for grand, send a Quran page, you use a clean sheet, the people chopping head off. And the Nigerian state didn't look like, okay, we have a problem here. We just create new country. We are bringing people of different culture, different beliefs, different things. We bring them together. How do we work it where, we're not going to have this, problems? They don't care. And if you bring it to them like, guy, look, you have a problem here. People who are different. You are tribalist. No, you be a deep tribalized. Oh, God. They will just, it's laziness. They don't want to solve problems. So it's laziness. I just know about black man. Black man ate to do work with brain. Anything that is, hard work that has to do with using your brain. A black man, no. I don't get time for this one because brain work requires patience and perseverance and time. It's not like physical labor where now that thing we'll go carry on. Oh yeah, we'll lift on. Oh yeah, we don't finish, or you get more bodies to lift it and pick it up, physical labor, that's what we good to do. But when it comes to brain labor, brain work, black man, no. It's only black people could follow talk. You say, guy, look at this idea, look at this solution. It's hard. They'll say because it's hard, let's neglect it, let's not solve it. Oh boy, man, I don't tire, man.
Mike, these guys, they know what they are doing. They have successfully mastered our forest more than indigenous people. And their population is growing across our cities. Here come politicians who just believe that, look, for me, make a farm out for my pocket. But the person can tell you I'm a Yoruba, you think your brother is there. That is that bother you, they don't care. As an Edoma, I think my brother is there. That is that bother me, they don't care. As an Igbo, they don't care. It is only out the Northerners, the core Northerners or Fulani politicians who have this idea on how to take it all. And it embedded in their thinking. And they strategize the country on how to achieve it. People will keep telling you, no, they can't do it, my dear brother. If you see, where my Jeff check for growth for a two, children, when they grow up, they're not the year Benin again. As I speak to you now, go and make your inquiry.
But when they tell you something, they speak vernacular for school. Don't say if you go to school, go speak Benin, go say they speak vernacular. Now these people, man, and they tell people, say, man, these people they call themselves educated people. They were educated wrongly.
The Satanás educated people are the listening where the real you know what they believe that they be on Kusam. They don't talk like British person.
They were educated backward.
Backward. Now they put us for this while away we day everywhere. Nothing like hatred, nothing like the Northerners saw the vision, and that because of what they tasted at the early stage. That thing that happened to them shocked them. That thing they don't feel. We can't lie, and naturally they understand politics of power. So because of their religion, that's why they were able to strategize. People where you go to talk say, you go speaking, they're not going to hear you. Let me give you an instance. One of my sisters is working at High Court in Benin. Some of the staff they brought from northern side, they can't even read and write. So my sister was asking, how Nati come and get this job? The man saying that one of their uncle now just come their village, come pack all of their employees and start spread them across Nigeria. Across Nigeria, everywhere.
You know how we see that too.
Our starter person go chase their brother, say the English no the
English no, you don't speak good English.
How someone go put the brother there? I tell somebody say as an Edoma, they travel for Nigeria road. Ausama police, Edoma police, Igboma police. When you read there, Ausama greeting Ausa brother, and now he carry exhibit. The brother go stand for adult, they set him free. You will be a do no can just say domo to that man. He go tell him, mate, say that guy get money, may we do something. Make we tell us say this one down. If Igbo man great KJ, that the same thing go happen. I don't know. This what we are suffering today. That error has been made long time ago, and the one we are making today for our inaction will be worse than this. Few years time. Now, if you look at what is happening in your state, I heard somebody was telling Yoruba Fulani. I don't know. I can't remember the program. He said they are the Yoruba Fulani. I said, I wish I can be Yoruba Fulani again. Because what? They don't already grow for them. The other one contention they be Bini. We are losing. They know what they are exploiting and they know what they are doing. A time is coming when they will blow whistle. All these things we are looking for fight go they happen for our city. Koro eye. People go full ground. They'll tell you say federal government don't deploy. I mean, wish I'm Fulani to go and put peace and order in the place. And why they will be supporting their people. My dear, a lot is going on in our country, but may God help us.
I think the Satan you miss your ways. Like I don't know, maybe in the beginning when British they give independence, the Satan was saying that they're smart part and then go school and then, but their decisions all along it's been so dumb, man. Like you know the problem where we talk now, everything like if you look at it, the origin of it, one Satan person creator. Whether a policy, where we turn everything upside down. Now one Satan intellectual, even constitution, most of them. Now Satan they see that they call now Satan lawyers. They call them senior advocates. Most majority are Satanists now. And they go write the laws, they write the rubbish.
Mike, you not see where they see what they happen for tax law. Okay, they don't debate. People go backyard, go they write whatever. Now we they do like say now we get sense so make power enter not first. They go come read down. When they don't read down, they go come stroke some. They'll come have something journal. They go the user against us. That time you don't see these people again.
No, it's not going to happen. That is why you guys have to vote for independence for the second time, so that they quickly break this country to region or state.
It's not going to happen when we don't come back here.
It go happen. It go happen. It's going to happen. There is no way it's not going to happen. That country, they are going to do more decentralization. It's going to happen, and nobody can stop it. Because it's quite glaring that, like you said, every region, every state, one job for their own people. They want secure peace of mind. You cannot come from
Remy, you know where we agree with you. Tinubu, among the three Satan presidents we've had, Obasanjo, Jonathan, and Tinubu has been the one that's really making some steps to give things to the South. You understand? Like just make it fair a little bit for the South. Just like even now he's building like military depots in the southern states and all those things. And he's trying a little bit. But who are his number one enemies? In terms of geopolitical zones. Now South now, the guy literally like in be where we want. Imagine a northern president that's doing things more to help the North, to favor the North more a little bit, like summer. The whole North go the only enemy we go get our South now. But I'm not saying people should not be political opponent or something like that. But like literally, like people they wish me bye. They're not even considering okay, we're against him, but this policy must jump behind them. You know, like I think for a favor the whole South. They're not even doing that. You know. So I say, man, Southern Nigeria, I don't believe that thing exists, man. We just, the people will get you the most now, your Southern brothers. Sorry.
When Buhari they rule, one guy from North he said it is very easy to deceive the Southern people, politicians. He was also a politician for another part of Nigeria. I can't remember his name. He said it is easy to deceive the certain politicians. They are very easy, you know.
Yeah, they are deceiving Obi now. You say they don't invite them.
In another part of Nigeria, it is not easy. Why are we deceiving ourselves? System is not working. Regions are not taking responsibility. We are pushing everything in the name of Nigeria. You that want a marry, look, 12 years you want to marry, go and marry and face the consequences and the enjoyment in your own region. If you bring your
that's why I
child
always
to
come here to preach you.
I put you in flight and send you back to your region. Simple.
Let people do things in their own region. Let people control their space. You understand? Regulate their space.
Yes.
If you want to do you know a lot of certain people here?
They are fully in charge of their own place. You can't go there and do anything.
Midwest.
They are not trying to be in charge of our place. I'm telling you.
Do you know that the people
in charge of their place? It's just like also like Southeast now. People are in charge of their Southeast. People don't go there as much. Sorry to say, people will turn to tribalism. But they are coming to come and control your own space. I will spend years with you.
One people I would say I respect the most. The Midwest, the Southeasterners, they are the only one that really believe in controlling their own space. They don't go grease.
Now, these Yoruba people, Edo people, Delta people over Libra. That are just
very liberal, especially Yoruba. The Southeasterners, they're all about their interest in that country, man. They go heavily about their interest. You know, even within their space, they won't come to flood their space. They don't go give you. They don't give you any position, give you a chance. You know, if you go southeast, they want to go or take over markets, or they want.
Okay.
People they go against it. But me, I like them for that one. Everybody should regulate their space, control your space. Don't be saying we just deliberate now. Just they will come to complain later. The Yoruba people here, they will come. They will talk about. They are more interested they are more interested in changing what Northerners are doing in the north, rather than focusing on what Northerners are doing in the southwest.
Yeah, they make them to lost Kwara today. Kwara is supposed to be like the rest Yoruba place, not Libra, like Kosa. Edo, everywhere you go to, everything is changing in a very alarming rate. Seriously.
You know, Midwest. The reason why you say a lot of influx of Hausa people to the southwest, to be frank, some of them are running away from the insecurity. That's true.
Once they flood in, you don't ask which one. You don't screen them. You just start giving them water. Open the.
They need to be documented, and because we are not well documented in Nigeria, that is why people are just doing whatever they want. If with your NIN number, before you reside in a state, there must be a registrar or police station. You went there, you go there, right? This is the place I'm living.
Or the local chief, local king. You have to go and register. Let them know they don't come to their place.
Everybody should. The landlord must also go and register that this is my new tenant.
For me,
so
I not say make fellow Nigeria not live with me. But if they are in my place, it should be documented.
It should be documented.
Everybody should be documented. Even with local people should be documented.
Their employment should be documented. If you are running a kiosk, let that kiosk be well documented. The government should catch up the activities of your business. Is that what you are really doing? All these things are the security we are talking about today. Instead of going to borrow a good idea, we are saying America should give us back. I know that one is good. How many would you buy? You go quite tired. They brought this army in because they said if army flush these guys in Borno and everything, the problem will be solved. Army entered today, they are stuck. And now to be frankly speaking,
as you are killing one of their commander, the second day they don't appoint another one. So you are right. How many will they buy? So there's so many things we need to do very quick and very fast. I don't know why we are so slow about it. To be frank, so many things.
I don't know because they have the money and I got out because people have the money.
Remy and Midwest. I know you guys don't live in America here, right? The reason why the idea of harming the community came to me in America, everybody they fear to go just another neighborhood, say, or people even fear to knock on people's door. Because I don't say gun there, you gun there. But I'm not saying in Nigeria you go and give guns to everybody. But me, I'm saying like if those bandits, if they know that local government you are going to, somewhere in that local government, they're machine guns mounted in secret spots, they won't go there.
They don't go come.
They don't go come. If they know, in Nigeria,
that is the reason why they are not going to the south. That's
Remy,
why they are not going to the
Remy,
south.
do you know what they call 50 caliber machine gun? That gun, if you shoot that, like it go hit somebody that's about 2 miles down. They travel, that bullet they travel far. So that's what I'm telling you. That those bandits, as they come 2 miles away, you go start to rim. They're not gonna know where the bullet they hit them. They hit them from. And once they know say that exists, all of them will quit that band. They will quit that job. Now because they don't say this place where they go attack that place, and they take their time doing the attack too. They don't say they nothing did. The army no did there. You understand? So wherever there's no Nigerian army, they don't know say okay, there's no army. They will come attack, and then now Nigerian president will send the army to go there. Are you guys? What are you doing? But once you know that the people in that community, they are the young men there, they've been trained. They are particular. Nobody even know. In fact, the way we go recruit the people in that community, nobody will even know who's who. Go secret recruitment and will man those machine guns in secret locations, strategic locations, and people. And they will also have maybe one camera with a zoom. There's some camera called Phantom Zoom camera. If you say somebody go there in one room, just watch the video 24/7. You understand? One person will watch for 4 hours, another person take over every day and night. You understand? You have people. How much you want? Just people need job now. That's employment. You understand? And as they are coming, that camera don't zoom them from a mile away. Say, okay, they are coming on motorcycle. Now you go allow those guys with the machine gun. They don't lock and load. Don't prepare. As soon as they reached that spot, just rain that just a fire, rain them. That's how you solve the problem.
Mike, the thing is this: if the government, you see the way politicians fail to act, the people are not using their brain now. This problem is going to get worse. I don't see any solution to it. The way we are operating, most of these guys that are doing whatever they are doing, buying people like this, there are how will I say, influential people in society that is backing them, a lot of them, and they have aims and objectives. So how can we really tackle this aim and objective, even when we have perceived it? Nobody is willing. If you have the power is in the south today. Kwara is almost Yoruba land. Is it not Yoruba that is leading now? Let us be honest. The white people like this, what if the power is already in the north? As you said, police cannot.
No. I think what happened in Kwara is because they have some kind of Islamic fundamentalists there that they thought that they are in support of what is going on over there in the north. But I will blame the governor of that state, Kwali. He's too lazy. That governor is too lazy. And what they are doing is that they are going to. Let me finish. They are going to the remote villages of Kwara that is beside all those northeast states like Niger and the rest.
Remy, hold on a moment. Remy, at least we can see currently the power is in Yoruba hand. And now, if the a Yoruba man cannot establish a full investigation over this incident, and just as you mentioned, can they, even if they cannot arrest a governor based on immunity, they can indict him and prepare everything down. Okay, now the question is this: if the power now move to north, they now put Mohammed something. The next Mohammed Jusuf something. Is that when you go to investigate this kind of matter?
Exactly.
Can you imagine? We need to ask ourselves question.
That's
what exactly is going on?
I think you just really capture what I've been thinking. I'm telling you. Like, I get frustrated when I come here and my Yoruba brothers are busy talking about is it not? Is it? I'm like, dude, Yoruba man is the president right now. And if you are not doing this investigation, by the time Northern will enter, which month I want to ask them to go do investigation? You are the one there right now. If you are Yoruba, you're from the south. Even any southern man, it's time for you to start investigating what's going on in that north because you are the one in charge. At least when the northern guy was there, I understand. Okay, maybe he just I don't know his mind. I don't know. Maybe he's biased. Maybe he's just okay with it. Maybe he's afraid of Islam. His people care or whatever. I don't know. I was confused. But now you're a man from Lagos. You are not in charge, and you are not even doing investigation. You are not even coming out to tell me what's going on. I don't have the energy to start talking about Northerners again at this point now. Hey, if Tinubu doesn't really fix this by the time he leave office, man, I will hold this against him big time. Man.
Even okay, look at Musa now, the northern people, all these middle belt. I don't know, Musa is a Christian anyway, but you know, they've been able to subdue those people for a very long time. Now it's opportune to occupy a position. They should know the strength of these guys. Now they need to do something that will make it harder for them to, you know, to do things easily, the way they used to do it in the past, by just manipulating Nigeria. I mean the so-called northern elite who are not the devilish ones, not all of them. So that they will find it very difficult. But they are there now, they want to solve Nigeria problem. I don't think any president can solve our economic problem, security problem, everything with the structure on ground. It's just want to fight hard and give state police out the way enough manager made them, because the way the country is going, we're going to have much problem. And America will be there. People like Trump, if they are there, you think they will bring 1 cup of American citizens so there, he will be happy. He will think of, okay, 1,000 barrel. No, I need 60 sheep. We have to compensate if we go and bring that oil from, and they will do it. That's all. It doesn't give a fuck. We don't want to put structure in place. Amajiri everywhere, beggars. The other one will buy cheap. Where are you getting the money? You don't pay tax. No history. You are driving Ferrari. Where I live now, for example, I don't have job. I don't have anything. I don't go to social to tell them, okay, I'm jobless, and they are not sending me money. The police will invite me to come to court to come and tell the government how am I living.
Let's move the conversation a little bit. This you know, this American move in Nigeria. You know what I'm suspecting, right? You guys know about these Sahel states, guys. I don't know if you are these AES guys, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. You know their alliance. First of all, I don't even know why Nigeria is not working with those states to fight, because they are dealing with the same insurgency. So now, when they are coming to, okay, now they're trying to settle that base in Sokoto, and also when they launched that attack, it was in Sokoto. But the banditry and the Boko Haram terrorism is more in the middle belt and the northeast. So now, when I look at the Niger Republic, I saw that the capital of Niger, Niamey, is not far from Sokoto. So now I'm beginning to suspect maybe America maybe their aim is to really go after that Niger president. Maybe they want to do that Venezuela this year on that guy, man. Or they want to use Nigeria as a launching ground. But I just think maybe they won't use us, do their own mission somewhere else, man. But maybe you guys will understand.
The danger is deep, man. You see, the powers, global powers, countries, they have interest in Africa, and it's their own interest, selfish interest. So they discover that Chinese influence is growing. Russia influence. It's just the Western influence that is diminishing. Nigeria is an opportunity for America. We are in trouble already. We can't secure ourselves. So they will negotiate everything and present it before Tinubu. People that is lobbying in America against Tinubu, they have their own agenda. Some of them just want to see divide Nigeria or remove Tinubu, make our brother president, those kind of things. But I think every Nigerians are strategic when it comes to deal. We have a president in America who believes in deal. So I don't think Tinubu, looking at the zone, is a cannibal person. We don't know how to negotiate a deal that will protect his administration.
Midwest, you are doing a mistake. Nigerians too, they are not dummy yet like that. And people in power are not dummy as you are thinking. So
I did not say they are
dummy. Yeah. So you
they are not dummy. Yeah, because the people in power, like Tinubu, these are not dummy people.
At the end of the day, like I know, Nigeria already bought a lot of military equipment from America recently, worth millions of dollars. Okay. And if America also want to control or establish their influence because they were kicked out from Niger, maybe Mike is right. Maybe one day they'll just go and pick up that Niger junta.
They will have very soon. They're going to have. Very soon they're going to have full-scale military base in Nigeria. Leave it or
no. It's not going to happen. That one is not going to happen. So that one is not going to happen.
For me, I believe that will happen. It's a matter of time.
No. I don't think they already have a base in Ghana already. So I don't think they need a base in Nigeria. So they have a base in Ghana. So that one is not
Okay.
going to happen. Yeah, it's not going to
Well,
happen.
Midwest, were you the one that in the beginning of the show, were you the one saying that Biafra already exists or something like that? I can't remember. You started like your voice.
I think it's Madam Zika that said that.
No,
Now
no,
me and
somebody was
Madam
telling.
Zita.
No,
Now me
somebody said
and
no.
Madam.
Somebody was arguing Madam Sita saying it was a country.
I think it's the guy that lives in Japan. I forgot his name.
It's me,
Oh, that
oh, it's me. It's me. It's me.
I thought.
I told Zita.
It's you. Okay, it's you.
I said, man, it's not like Midwest. So I didn't say that you were talking like that. I
See,
could say Biafra exists before.
no, the thing is, wait. When Ojukwu declared Biafra, countries recognize the independence. Okay, they used to use this Nigeria pound. Is it not Nigeria? We're still using British pounds. You know, it was Nigeria pounds. Whatever
No,
pounds were used.
the countries, no, there's some countries supported it, but they didn't really, they can't recognize it in a sense because those countries, you talking
Wait
about,
now.
hold on.
No,
The countries are not just, hold on, they were Haiti, Gabon, Ivory Coast, right? But
yeah,
those countries also recognize Nigeria because those countries are a member of the United Nations, and Nigeria is also a member of the United Nations. So they recognize Nigeria. So there's no way they can recognize two entities. What they did was support the cause, like kind of like and French were using them indirectly to harm because the Igbo, the
yeah.
Ojukwu,
My
yeah,
look,
France was using them indirectly to give a little bit of support, just indirectly to because France couldn't directly support them, so they had to use their proxy that those countries
property
just
to
give,
do it.
yeah, during the war, yeah. But it wasn't more of a recognition that they couldn't trade with them legally. They couldn't trade with them. I mean, they were not recognized. Their money cannot be
My
spent.
the issue is this, when they invited them to Aburi, they did not invite Igbo and Nigeria. They invited Biafra and Nigeria.
No.
When they went to Ghana,
No. Midwest, where you go learn history from? Even in Aburi, there was no such thing as Biafra self. And let me even bust your bubble. Ojukwu didn't even present secession in Aburi. He didn't even present Biafra in Aburi.
it's true.
What they went to set to, that's even what makes me like really someone like me even more angry about the whole
It's true.
Biafra.
It's true. I
Because
remember that. Yeah.
he could have had that conversation at Buri and they would have sorted out. You understand? Whether to go or not to go. Because I don't think anybody there was a declaration you must not split, you can't go. You understand? Because even that time, the Northern I was saying they want to go. Even the South they want to go. But Gowon was just being a guy from minority tribe, or he believe in one Nigeria. Because where will he belong? The guy's from George, from Anga. So he's just like, it's better we all stay together. He's trying to convince everybody to stay together. So he's just trying to keep peace. And then that time you have to understand that Ojukwu was saying that the July coup didn't fully succeed because they didn't overthrow the government of the Eastern region. So that's the position Ojukwu was holding. Like, okay, you guys haven't succeeded in your coup, so I can't really recognize your government. You understand? So, and Gowon is like, and technically it's right because the Northern counter coup, it didn't really took place they didn't overthrow the Eastern, the Southeast. You understand? So Ojukwu felt like, okay, I have a position here, so I'm not recognizing this new government. So those are the things they want to discuss in Aburi. But Ojukwu could have brought up succession there and they would have worked it out. However, I would tell you the reason why he didn't do that. Because if it was just to pull Igbo out of Nigeria, he would have brought it up. Like, okay, my people want to go and come on, let's just peacefully, and they would have discussed it and they would have gone somewhere. They would have either but the reason why he didn't bring it up is because he knows that the Biafra he has to have, he wants to take all these minority ethnic group along. And if you bring if he has to bring it up in Aburi, that means we tell him that okay, we have to bring all these kings and all these kingdoms on the table too to discuss it together. And the guy knew that those people would not want to go, especially those rivers. Yeah. Remember, they already doing agitation already now with Adaka Buru, all those things. So that's why he never brought it up in Aburi. He just declared it.
The aspect I was supporting was not that. I wasn't saying Ojukwu was right. But when Ojukwu decided to declare that country, the country called Biafra countries, other countries in the world recognize it, whether they are in Africa or wherever places they are.
They didn't recognize it. No. There was support, but it was not officially
Yeah,
recognized.
they're just
No,
support.
wait.
support.
Hold on a moment. When I say recognizing, it doesn't mean if a country break out from a country because you recognize the former or you not recognize the other. The thing is this: if you have interest, you will recognize both of them. It is the other country that will not feel disappointed. A country like Abidjan recognize them and open an embassy for them. That's why he choose to run to that place.
No. There was no
So
embassy. There was no embassy. There was no
they
embassy.
already have a house. It's not like
My
when
brother.
we mentioned embassy today. They were already when he declared that republic. War did not just start immediately. It lasted some months.
My brother, do you know? Let me tell you something. Do you know that during the war, Ojukwu was using Nigerian currency to buy the weapon from Abidjan? So
Because it's
Abidjan recognized the currency, which is Nigerian currency. So Abidjan recognized Nigeria.
See
so
what
where
is
did
Mike?
you get the money?
That's why I don't know how to change the currency now. You don't remember?
Mike,
And the moment I don't know
So Mike, what you are trying to say is that somebody's idea, just only one man want to change everything and people just follow him mumuish like that. Oh,
it wasn't. Wait, Mike. It cannot be
they bought
everybody.
into
we are
the.
too mumu too much.
No, it wasn't one person. A lot of people were around him as well. He is the head. He was popular. It doesn't mean people were not there with
He
him.
was popular, but they could have break away peacefully that time. I'm telling you.
Remy,
it's a different topic. Wait, Remy, that one is a different thing because I don't blame Nigerian side for the war. I still blame it on them. But if you said they did not even exist, nobody recognized them as a country before the war. That's where what I was trying to tell you. During that period of 2 months before the war, or even cannot take more than 2 months. Biafra lasted almost 2 months before war now.
No. The moment he declared it, right? He declared a republic. It's when the moment he declared a republic, right? It's when that became illegal in Nigerian constitution. Now you are tampering with the territorial integrity of a nation. That's when Gowon order his arrest, right? And send the police to go and arrest him, which was stupid. I don't know how you think police will go to Igbo and go and arrest him. They kill all those police officers. So then when that happened, now Gowon and declare military action against Ojukwu. So that's when the war. So immediately declared that Biafra thing. And also don't forget the moment he declared when they sent the police to go and get him, Ojukwu also quickly sent his army. They quickly invaded southwest. The entire south, midwest, and they was going to southwest. So that's when it happened. He didn't declare Biafra and they are negotiating Biafra. It didn't happen. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? Biafra was not the session. Listen, the coup, after the July coup and then all this program crisis going on, Ojukwu did not declare. There was no Biafra. He didn't declare any country. He was still the governor of the eastern state. What do you think when Aburi they talk about how they will govern and with power they will have? They discuss it. Our way forward is what they were discussing at Aburi. They didn't go there. He didn't go there as a Biafran president. He went there as a governor of the eastern state. Even Gowon kept him. He gave him that position. He was recognized as a governor of the eastern state. Gowon said, okay, you hold that position and continue to be governor of the eastern state. Now, where things went wrong, why he declared Biafra was in Aburi, the Ojukwu put a clause that he must not divide the eastern region. He must not create states, like divide that eastern region. But Gowon agreed. But when Gowon got back to Nigeria, he now realized that the people of that eastern were already agitating for their own region. You understand? They were agitating. So, but then he wanted to renegotiate that issue with Ojukwu, but Ojukwu refused to discuss it. He was saying, no, in Aburi I stand. I'm not changing anything from Aburi. So Gowon is like, this is kind of becoming too arrogant. You don't want to talk to these people, you know. So Gowon now declare River State and I think those Akwa Ibom area, he call it east, south east. That's what they declare southeast. And then the Igbo land, they now call it the East Central State. Then Ojukwu now like, okay, now you don't cross line. Ojukwu now declare Biafra. He took all those regions, the whole Eastern region.
No, Mike, look, before creation of state, now it's after the war that they started doing that. You see, when Ojukwu decided to declare Biafra Republic, yes, as a city president of a country like Gowon, you can't just fold your hand. You will declare him wanted. Gowon never sent Nigeria police because he has lost control of the policy of Southeast already.
Actually, the federal prison, for everything federal in the country was still being controlled by Gowon. You understand? You remember that hold on. We still have Nigeria. You understand? Even Gowon was one that ordered all the Southeastern military men, Nigerian military, to go move to the Southeast for safety. He ordered them. And then all the federal institutions in the Eastern region, all the regions, Gowon, they were all collecting salary from the federal government. So even remember that Gowon, the prison where Antonina or Awolowo, all of them was in, it was in Calabar now. So it was Gowon that ordered the prison to release them and send them to, So Gowon was still in charge. So when Gowon declared arrest
hold on a moment. As the, at the early stage of the crisis, people believe Gowon is in charge of the internet, but in reality, the Southeasterners, they were already looking at Ojukwu because Ojukwu became their voice at that moment.
We know that now. We know that, yeah.
So at that moment, even the police structure in the East, in theory, federal can say we are there, they were no longer in charge because the Easterners have returned back.
Yeah, technically, you listen. You if you say technically, but legally, he was to go on. Yeah, we know that. Of course, like they can't do. Police, they cannot be, doing whatever. They will collect their salary.
Yeah. So when Gowon declare Ojukwu, I don't know whatever he described those words they normally use to when somebody rebel against the state. There's a term they normally use. So that when he declared Ojukwu like that, the police were already handicapped to arrest Ojukwu. The actual truth is that Ojukwu, the structure in the East, police structure, military police in the East, Ojukwu have dismantled them. He
was doing that, but
now as time, that's why I said when he declared that republic, something of nationalhood was already happening. They printed passport for them already, Biafra passport. They printed currency.
No. Hold on. Midwest, come. During the currency, all those things, they may already be preparing it, all those things, but it wasn't officially declared until the republic was declared.
So
they were not already spending. During the crisis, they were not already spending currency or doing something illegal. No, they were not. Ojukwu was already selling the idea to the people. Why that in the East, he was already selling the idea to them, to his people. Like, okay, this new we're gonna break away this and that, and they were meeting all those things, but it wasn't official. It was not. They were not doing new country. Why?
It can never. You see, at that moment of crisis, can never be an official something. Now,
but that's what we are saying now. But we have to go by the legal.
They got power. Being the military head already.
Okay, but it's like right now because we're agitating for country, and I'm saying, it was already done. It's like Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation that we're agitating right now. We can't say it's official now. It's not official. It's until
No, wait, no. The Yoruba Nation you are talking about is not like what happened that time.
No, I'm just saying because they had the idea. You can't say it was already in place.
I mean, idea is quite a different thing because look, at that moment, it was tense because the entire region were already under their control. It's just like nobody can talk any longer.
Wait.
If you don't buy the idea, most of the leader that did not buy into, that's why they don't respect us.
He was the governor of the Midwest. You are saying on make unnecessary comments on this. He's the governor of the place, so the place is under his control, just like the governor of other. Remember, we're doing regions. So he was the governor of the region. So he's already governing the place. So you already had it. So you can't say, he's the governor. The governors back then of the regions had power. They were really the one administering the region. So yes, of course. So you can't say you just
Yeah, that's what
control.
I'm saying, Michael. Where I'm going, the thing is that when he declared that republic, we can categorically say some countries already recognize that independent. The first month, it was the second month he himself choose. That's why I keep telling people, he choose to invade Nigeria because Gowon never even send police. There's no way you can send police to that place. Police can't do it except Nigeria army. They understand that nobody can.
He did though. They buy all those policemen. he order police. He sent police.
How will he say? I don't know. I don't know whether I don't never have preview of that in the history. All I know is that Ojukwu haven't declared the republic. Feel like he has the power now. He recruited his army. He opened a barrack, set Awolowo free.
Who set Awolowo free? Who set Awolowo free?
It was Ojukwu now.
He was not. I don't know where you guys learned history from. To real long, we show Ojukwu set Awolowo free. He's going and set Awolowo free, man. That's Awolowo was free way before Biafra was declared. Now, Google when Awolowo was released from prison. Awolowo was free. Igbo people just use that propaganda.
No, Midwest.
He wasn't. Okay, are you saying? Okay. Are you saying?
It is Gowon.
He was going to order the release now. He was the order the release of political prisoners.
Wait. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment here. Wait. Ojukwu set a lot of prisoners free. Example is what is his name?
Federal prisoners.
Wait now. Is it not Banjo they called this guy that time? It was a military officer. All those groups. It was Ojukwu that freed them. Even when he freed Banjo, they decided to enlist him into Biafra army. All these are Awolowo and the rest. That time I ain't in charge of the Southeast.
Why they talk like this?
Go on.
Hold on. Let me even hold on. Wait.
How did Gowon set Awolowo free?
What do you mean? How did Gowon set Awolowo free? Awolowo was in federal prison. Who's in charge of? He's not federal government in charge of federal prison.
During the time of crisis when the Biafra were no longer part of the federal.
No. Or what? What are you talking about? He was released before Biafra. What are you talking about, man?
Yes. Okay. He was released before Biafra, and he was main minister of finance.
Exactly.
Under Gowon.
No. Wait.
Is it not the counter?
You guys are confusing the dates. So what happened with Awolowo was with Awolowo.
Just go and read the official document.
He was released by Gowon. But what happened was that was a long time before the incident of Owo, before Ojukwu invaded the Midwest. With Victor Banjo could never have returned or be released by the federal government, because if he had returned if he had left the Southeast region, he would have been arrested immediately by the federal government. Because you have to remember, he was arrested for treasonous coup.
Yeah.
So that was why he remained in the Southeast. That is why all of them, if you are Juna, Kaduna, Nzegu, none of them really wanted to work with Ojukwu. All of them actually, all of those guys, all of those Nzegu, if you are Juna, they all considered Ojukwu to be an elite. They did not carry him along in the coup. You also have to understand that one of the reasons that Ojukwu actually went and formed the Biafra Republic was because he was a senior to Gowon. He actually considered it that he should be the one that is meant to be the head of state, not Gowon. Gowon, technically in military rank, was his junior. And he considered himself to be more educated than Gowon and all that. He felt that he's the one that should
neither of them were the highest rank. There are other people higher rank.
No, Ojukwu was senior to Gowon.
No, it was not the different rank. Hold on. Wait.
No, forget rank. Military is not just about rank. It's not just about rank.
Calm down. I indirectly, I technically agree with you. Midwest, can you use someone is echoing. I don't know. I think that's Midwest.
It might be me. I think it's me.
Arrow. It's you. Okay. Just calm down. Arrow. Ojukwu was saying someone that Ogundipe, he was higher ranking. He was saying someone else should be the head of state, not Gowon. He didn't like Gowon. First of all, they had issue. And Gowon, Ojukwu was promoted 20 days before Gowon to that rank. So, of course, you can technically say maybe you think he's a senior or whatever. But definitely Ojukwu didn't. He believed Gowon. There was one that he has hand in the killing of Ironsi. He believed it because Ironsi appointed Gowon as the what do you call it? What's that? Defense. Is it defense minister? But which was a higher rank than which is a more higher position than the one he gave Ojukwu. He made Ojukwu the regional governor, but Gowon was made more of a, I think, he's a defense minister, just like more of a higher military rank, military position, you know. So, but Gowon, Ojukwu just believe Gowon have hand in the coup, the killing of Ironsi. He believe he have hand in it because he thinks him as a northerner. So that's why Ojukwu wouldn't recognize it. And Ojukwu was telling Gowon that his coup hasn't succeeded fully because he didn't get to me.
Thank Aro, thank you for that explanation you gave. Because when I said Ojukwu released them, now I realize that even when Gowon said most of these guys free, they were still in the eastern part of Nigeria. So that is the area where I feel confused. Because all this band, I mean band, you know, you say when they said that Wall of Wolf, all these what is their name? These military guys are created.
Oh, the military guy, not the civilian, right? Yeah, are you talking about the banjo, Gowon never released those ones. No, Gowon never released those ones. He never ordered their release. He didn't order their release. It was Ojukwu just used them. It was Ojukwu that you released them and trying to use them for the war. You understand? They were there. They were there.
That he released by himself.
And it's not only Awolowo. It's all those people that were charged with Awolowo, Anthony Naoro, Awolowo, and all the other rest of them. They were part of that opposition.
Before the crisis or what? When
when they were jailed, they were moved from prison, federal prison in Lagos to Calabar because the reason why they moved them the reason why the federal government moved them, which is Nnamdi Azikiwe's government, moved them to the Calabar prison because the crisis they were going on. You know, they were the Western politicians. You know, it's kind of like Nnamdi Kanu that I want to put in prison in the southeast. So they put them. The Azikiwe government put them in prison in federal prison in Calabar. So when Gowon entered, Gowon ordered their release, and now all of them, and all the politicians that were jailed. So he wanted to work with them because he wanted to use that to make peace with everybody. So when he brought them back to Lagos, he drove them. In fact, it was the federal. He sent the vehicle to even pick them up from prison and drove them to Lagos. Gowon. So they came to Lagos and met with him, and then he gave them. He gave an hour the information minister. He gave Awolowo finance minister. So he brought them in, and then he even sent Awo and some people to go to East to go and discover Ojukwu to convince him to stay. You know, because Awo was a senior figure. So forget this lie. This Biafran are telling you that Ojukwu released Awolowo. What kind of rubbish is that, man? This was time when they are still discussing. Which first of all, let's assume Ojukwu released Awolowo. If Awolowo had gone to Lagos, he's a prisoner now. Then the federal government arrest him again now. Like you're not supposed to be out of prison.
I think it was ill-prepared war by Ojukwu, and he just lost a lot of people like that. Oh God, it's just an unnecessary fight. It's unnecessary because it was a counter coup against the coup of 1966. So it was a counter coup by the Northerners. That is true. But you also fight their own leader now. So it's balanced. So if he had accepted Gowon off at that time, nobody would have died.
Remy, there's no way. At that time, there's no way Southeastern will allow Northern to rule over there at that time. It's that Southeastern soldiers.
Now?
Maybe now, but Remy, you have to understand their ego back then because.
But now one of the reasons that they don't want to vote for them is because of what happened since 1966. They don't trust them.
Yeah, we understand now, but I'm just trying to make you understand the mentality of the people back in that era. You have to understand that the Nigerian military, most of the educated officers were Southeasterners, and they were really running the show. You understand? So imagine overnight, some people you've been looking down on, Northerners were looked down on back then because they were not, most of them were the ones. So all of a sudden, these people that you think they are beneath you, they are now in charge. You won't accept it now. So it was difficult for.
So the next thing is to call your people that are not prepared for anything. Okay, yeah,
No,
let's
no,
go to
so
war.
also to be fair, Ojukwu didn't consider that foreign government will support, it will join and support.
Why? They will. Because
Because
it's
hold
quite,
on,
yeah, it's
that's
quite,
where I think the guy was. It was mumu, because in the beginning, to be honest with you, he looked at what the weapon that was in the disposition of position of the Nigerian army, and then you look at because he already know he had information of the Nigerian army. You look at how many troops Nigerian army have, about 12,000 soldiers, and then he's thinking that I still have all these Igbo officers here with me in the southeast. If we recruit millions of Igbos and arm them, those 12,000 soldiers Nigeria have cannot possibly come and defeat us here. So that's what he was thinking. That's his calculation. But he didn't realize that Nigerian army, British will supply Nigerian army with, because those ones they want Nigerians. They will supply Gowon with weapons, and Gowon will recruit people. Gowon had to recruit a lot of people too. He decided recruiting civilian recruiting.
yes.
Yeah.
And
So he didn't think. He didn't think. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah.
Ojukwu was relying on the French because there is this rivalry between the French and the British in colonizing Africa at that time. So he was
Yeah, but he
relying on
also
the
made a
French,
mistake. He didn't consider
yeah,
that
it was a terrible mistake.
is a
It was
mistake.
a
He
terrible
also didn't
mistake.
consider that the French and British have become NATO, so the NATO cannot go against NATO. So the French kind of like
Yeah. So,
they just where they play Ojukwu is that the French the British could have told the French to turn against him, but they don't want him to go to the Soviets because he was supposed to go to the Soviet. But the guy now, I don't even understand his brain. This guy went to Oxford. How could you not know international geopolitics of the world? That's the British and French are allies. Then their enemy is the Soviets. He was supposed to go to the Soviets, but he went to the French. So the French kind of like, we just giving him mediocre weapons.
but Mike,
The French didn't turn him away because the French know if they turn him away, he might go to the Soviets.
but Mike, that was several years ago. More than how many years now? What concerns this new generation?
But they are brainwashing them now. They are constantly lying to them.
Now? I don't know why they are. Oh God, they just make this so stupid kind to buy their people unnecessarily again. What concerns them?
But what do you mean concern them? If you are in their shoe, you feel the same way now. If all your life,
what's their problem? What's their problem?
Okay, Remy, you too, like I say, if all your life your elders are telling you something, telling you these victim things, condition you to feel like your people were wrongly done, I think you will feel the same way. The people you have to blame is the Nigerian state. You will feel the same way, Remy. If all your life let's say Yoruba people now, we had the civil war in the 60s and they say 3 million Yoruba people died or something like that. And then the only people telling you the story are Yoruba elders, and they are lying. They paint the story in a way where the Hausa and Igbo, the gang, and massacre 3 million Yorubas. That's all you hear all your life. You don't hear the side of the Hausa and the Igbos. You will feel that way too. You just be picturing like the people being massacred, and they will tell you all the horror stories how Yoruba babies were, when you trying to just put yourself in that position, you will feel that way too. You will feel like, damn, they did this kind of thing happen to my people, So they one-sided story they hear all their life is why they feel that way. And unfortunately, the Nigerian government didn't do anything. They just ignored it. They don't teach history. They don't present their own side of the story. So that's where we find ourselves, So you have to understand, they will feel that way, man. Considering that people that went through it are still alive. It's just, they are still alive now. They tell stories they are true, and those ones too, because you could really like to them, man. They told them a lot of.
Yeah, but to me, I still believe it's unnecessary. Okay, now they're agitating. So why this one go to their region again? They fight their people, the same people you are fighting for. So what is that justification?
You know how much money the guy was making from that agitation? The guy was making a lot of money.
No, I don't understand though, because you are just all the thing you are talking about. It is not only the people; they are not the only one that lost a lot of people during the war. The Yoruba people lose. The South people lose a lot of people.
You didn't hear me that the story they tell them is not that. They don't tell them that, hey, this war.
They don't tell them the truth. They are just telling them blah 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 blah. In fact, a lot of people from the South they were quiet during the war because they pushed them to the front of that war. They quiet them a lot also, and the people have moved on. And if you are talking about
they move on because nobody.
Nigeria,
I think when you're growing up, when did your papa teach you that they tell you about Biafra?
No, never.
Exactly.
Even I was when Abiola was spy, when Abiola was maybe dead or
I
whatever,
mean,
was the
Midwest,
spy.
when they grow, your papa is teaching and they tell you about
They
Midwest
know they even
invasion.
talk. They know they even talk to us about civil war. What they always tell
Exactly.
us, don't Yoruba people will tell you,
The only thing is that
don't
they made
spoil my
reference to
name.
that. That the only
But
they made
they
reference
don't, they
that
make
war.
reference, but they don't present it to you in the sense that, okay, these people here, they come to you something wicked, you know.
No, the thing
Yes,
is
now.
from day one, they just now we supposed to carry hatred, not Igbo. Not be our land
Yes,
they
so
invade.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. But
Uh-uh.
now because
I'm
your papa,
telling
they
you.
don't teach you to hate now. That's why you don't,
So
they,
they not teach us this like things of the past. They thought everyone have learned a terrible lesson. But now we realize that Nigerian government did not treat it well. It need to be addressed. We are very diverse people.
yeah.
I
That,
That
think in Yoruba
diversity,
land, what our parents taught us that time that don't spoil the family name. It's all about that. And in Yoruba land, it's not only your parent that is even giving you that discipline. Even the area father, the street brother, the street sister, the street mama, it's like everybody, every eyes is on you. Even if you get your report card, before you even get to your house, the landlord in the second house, the third house, already called, come, bring your report sheet, let me see it. It's not your father. So many people are on your neck that you have to perform very well. So, and they know to teach you all these negative things. So all these things you are talking about, teaching them negative things, what has it
no,
now? What,
I mean, you have to understand, like the dream, the idea of that thing coming to pass is still in the mind, it's still in the psyche of many people. Some of their people, like they believe it's still possible that to get it. So that's why they are keeping
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible.
That's why
It's
they are not
possible,
moving on.
Mike. But Mike, the
That's the number
question
one
is
reason why
this.
they are not moving on, because they still
But
believe
the
they can still
question
get
is
it.
this: the question is they want to get it, but they are not limiting themselves to the 5 states. They want to get Rivers. They want to get
That's
Delta.
exactly
And
where
why
the
should they be
confusion
like
is.
that? That is impossible. It's totally
That's where
impossible.
the
You
confusion.
even
That's
want
why
to
I'm like,
get part of Ondo or Ondo State. Is Ondo connect to you? I don't understand. So that's one thing I don't understand. Why not? Okay, we want to go away. This is the 5 states. Let's go away. And then Nigeria will go for referendum. If they say yes or no, it's another thing entirely.
you want me to you want me to commit suicide? I 5 states. You don't finish them with that.
Hey, now, what do you mean? Don't
Ah,
finish there.
you
The
know
other state will not
the
follow
day
them
you know
now.
the Igbo people find themselves in big trouble. Is the day maybe
Yes, so
the
and
hold on, one more. Wait, let me learn. The day one day, like the other part of Nigeria just say, okay, we are done. We are just you gotta go. You just force them like, okay, take your country. You don't want they are in trouble, man. Oh more, I don't know. They go beg. If you're gonna give them that 5 Eastern state as a country, man, that's wickedness, man.
don't you think if the trouble is too much, they will vote them out?
That would be
Gladly,
wickedness.
they will vote them out, because I don't think Edo or South people can really live with them also. So what are we talking here? You know the same thing. So if the trouble is too much, don't you think an average Southerner does not want the northern people to go away too? Because the wala is just too much unnecessarily.
To me,
So
my
Northwest,
number
just
one
go your own
frustration
way.
with my number one frustration, the whole Biafran thing. To me, I'm not against it because to me, I don't mind Nigeria. I mean, to me, sometimes I
Me
feel
too.
like
I'm not against it,
yeah,
but
but
where
the,
you
the, the way
just
they go
stay
about
within
it, yeah,
your
the way they go
just
about
stay
it is
within
is
your
so
state.
dumb because
Yeah, yeah.
the first step supposed to be making is to be pleading to the South people, right, to sell the ideas to them that maybe
That is going to be difficult. That's going to be
no,
difficult.
it would have been easier.
Mike, it's easier for them to sell the idea to the Southwesterner, to a Yoruba person, than for them to sell it to someone from South. You have to understand that what I've noticed something recently. I've been a quiet observer. The,
We can't hear you.
the app.
Okay,
Oh, can
good.
you?
You have
Okay,
breaking.
I'm actually not meant to be even on that. I'm meant to be using, but why is that on? Why is it connecting over there? It's connecting to my phone for whatever reason. Let me disconnect this. But can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're better now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
even when you look at it, really, the Akwa Ibom people have a very, very serious issue with with the idea of Biafra. You know?
Why?
Why this is like this?
You maybe need to change your device, man. I don't know. To me,
Let me change my device. It's
okay,
it's
change your
connected to
device.
two of my devices on my phone there.
All right. You see, to me, I think the problem with South is they don't have to stood to conquer. Like if they were, if from beginning they were humbly like engaging the South, like just make them in a nice way, just selling the idea to them, like let's come together and do this Biafra together, and just humble themselves, like be very fair and treat them nice, be respectful. I think they have a chance of selling it to them, because I don't see a reason why the South would not want to do that. But they don't have to still conquer the arrogance. I mean, they will be insulting. They will be insulting those ones, like if you don't do Biafra, you're stupid. I'm like, which kind of mentality with this? You won't use force. You don't have the means to force someone to do something, but then you are using your vocally,
Mike,
aggressively.
can you hear me better now?
Yeah, better.
I think it should be clear. It should be clear now. So really, what I've noticed is, just quietly observing, is that the South, especially Akwa Ibom, seems to be where that bitterness seems to show itself quite very heavily. I think some other parts of the South, some parts of Delta as well. There's this. They are very, very, very much against. They will never allow themselves to be put under Biafra. There's sections of Akwa Ibom. I've noticed sections of Delta. I think some parts of Bayelsa, but then Bayelsa is very strongly joined and Calabari. You have to understand it that the experience of some of those individuals under the Biafran regime was not very kind. So they are always going to have a very difficult situation getting them to go along. You see, I don't know. This Biafra question is one question that continues to linger. I don't think they have a. See, someone said, I think it was Man of Prestige that was talking about it was Joel. He said something about the Biafran question, and then so I asked him today. I said, so what is the question itself?
There's no question, man. They just use it as the bargaining chip.
It's just exactly. That's really what I see. It's a bargaining chip.
Let me tell you.
But then again, there's nothing unique. There's nothing unique about them, Mike. So we can. They are not the only ones bargaining. All of us are bargaining. So don't let any of us accuse anybody of. All of us are bargaining in that country. All of us are.
Yeah, everybody's bargaining, but their own. Here's the deal. Let me tell you the nature of Southeasterners, right? They don't. When they want to bargain, they don't have to stew. Like I said, they don't have to stew to conquer. They don't know when they want to get something from you. They don't know how to be humble to ask you or be nice. They don't feel they have to be nice to anyone. That's just their way. Even in the market, when they want to sell you something, they don't even act nice to you. Like they just believe. It's like maybe it's them looking down on other people. I don't know, but they have this mentality of I don't have to be nice. So now when they want something in Nigeria, they have to use a different strategy in a way. So now they use the old Biafran thing. They use as a bargaining chip. Like, okay, you are pressing me. Look, you are bad to me. You don't want to. Because you don't give me this. Because you don't treat I want extra states. I want this. So rather than playing the politics of alliance and nice and but they don't know how to do that. So they have to. So there are two sides. There are people that want Biafra and those that don't want it. The ones that don't want it, I'm very sure like you don't want it, but because he's smart enough to know that I want a disaster. So he will use people like him will use that Biafran thing as a bargaining chip to get something. And then Barry B, all those are politicians. They don't, if they want it, why won't they present it on the Senate floor? They don't want it, but they will use it as a bargaining chip. Like, on the Senate floor, they will say, we are marginalized. That's why we have to address the issue of Biafra. Because the Southeast, we are marginalized. We don't have extra states. We need Niger Bridge. So this issue of Biafra, they use Biafra to try to get those.
Mike, the way I see it is most people in Nigeria are marginalized. But I think it's and I think there's an arrogance really, and you see it especially with the supposed the three major tribes, which is a terrible nonsensical idea. Like we said earlier, what is called three major tribes? No, they're not major tribes. There's nothing like major tribe. There's not like minor tribe. We should stop that nonsense. Is that sentiment of major tribe that is driving this Biafran thing, because they see it as though, the Hausa and Yoruba, they are like their co-travelers as major tribes, and then they see those minorities in the south as their subjects. They see that exactly. They see them if we can banish the idea of major tribe, that was they would see them. Yes, they'll see themselves that in Nigeria we are Yoruba, Igbo, and I always hate hearing that shit. I'm like, come on, man. The funny thing was that, do you know what's so funny? And Arrow, Midwest, are you still there? Midwest. And the thing is, people that always disappoint me are the people from the Benin Kingdom. You understand? Arrow, because before Nigeria was created, the kingdom that the British really recognized, the people that outsiders recognized, were those empires. They were relevant. Was the Benin Kingdom, the Oyo, and then in North the Bonuka. There was no such thing as Igbo being relevant. The only thing was that they just have a population, right? So when the British came, they just kind of saw their regions, this huge population of people. So, but they didn't have a population. But Mike, and as of 1960, they didn't have a population as such. Yeah. As of 1960, the population of Nigeria in 1960 at independence was about 55 million or thereabouts. So nobody really had some ridiculous population. The population explosion in Nigeria is a post 1960 scenario. Population in 1960 was about 50-something million. I mean, which is a lot. No, I'm not even saying that. By most country standard, that's a big country. But no. What I'm saying is that it's not substantial. Hold on, this is where I'm even going there in terms of relevant. If you have to say the face of Nigeria, right? It has to be historical kingdoms, right? They should be the one who be talking about the face of Nigeria, not and those historical kingdoms. You have to be the kingdom, that kind of thing. It's supposed to say, but Mike, the Brits destroyed with Benin Kingdom now. So they destroyed them. No, listen. They didn't destroy the rest of everybody else. Come on, now, let's not talk like that. What I'm trying to tell you is, but the British sacked Benin. They sacked Benin now. No, they didn't sack Igbos. They didn't sack Igbos. No, they sacked Benin. I'm talking about. So you are saying the British should have independence. You don't understand the point. You are diverting, deflecting to something that is not relevant. The point I'm making is that if you go to universities in the world and they are talking the history of Africa and the history of particularly that area of Nigeria, they don't talk about the Igbos. They talk about Benin Kingdom. They talk about Ife or Yo. They talk about Bonu. That's what they are. I'm saying that what really the face of Nigeria is those important kingdoms. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, I want to describe Nigeria to a foreign person. I'd rather talk about those kingdoms where they have historical relevance. Like, Nigeria is a country of Benin Kingdom or your empire. That's how we describe Nigeria to someone as an interesting place. I'm not going to tell somebody that Nigeria is a country of we have Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. Kind of rubbish. What are you describing? You're not describing something important. Yeah, but see, the unfortunate thing is, as of 1958 and the 50s, when the Lancaster agreements were being done and they were drawing on independence. So, I mean, that is how those are the people the British negotiate. Well, not the people. No, I would say that Zik was very cunning in that he managed to co-opt and hold on. You say which people they didn't negotiate with? Well, they negotiated with Zik, and Zik said he was representing the Eastern region, and they carved everything and put it under the Eastern region with Zik, irrespective of even if those people were not. Well, they were to the east. Are you saying Zik didn't win election to become It did, but I'm saying that Zeke co-opted everybody and said they are part of the Eastern region. You see,
No, it
Zeke,
wasn't Brazil that created Eastern region. It's the British that created the region. It also created.
British, yes,
Hold on,
the British created Eastern
they
region and
didn't
Western
create it
region.
for. They didn't create it for any tribe. They didn't do it. They didn't
Exactly,
say,
exactly.
and
But
two, let me correct something
Zeke
else
was
people
able to
always
bring
say.
them. Zeke was
Yeah,
able
let me
to
also
bring
correct.
everybody under that umbrella. So you have to look at it.
Hold on. Let me also correct something. Mistake people always. This thing people always say that the British handed people that negotiate Nigeria was Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa, and they will mention Awolowo, Zeke, and Ahmadu Bello. That's a lie. There are people from all the other group. They were there.
Oh, of course.
And even
I mean,
Enaro
is one that moved the
exactly.
motion for
So
independence.
people, there are prominent names of other people from different.
Okotie boy
Yeah,
is
there's
not.
so many
It's
people.
not like.
Even there are some
all these
names.
guys.
Even there are some names that nobody know about that we don't talk about. There are people. There are intellectuals from all over part of Nigeria. The British didn't call tribes or things like that. They just hold on.
But those three major tribes. The idea was born there.
Calm down. The reason why we call them major is because they became premiers. That's why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's cheating now. I'm agreeing with you that it's cheating. It's cheating.
What do you mean?
Every other person was cheated because of this whole idea of these three major tribes idea is cheating now. It is cheating. That's where I see it.
Hold on. Calm down. The reason why we look at Nigerian independence, look at Awolowo, Ahmadu Bello, and Zeke as founding father is because they won the election to become the premier of the. It's like somebody going to become governor, and I will not say they are the one that created something. No, it's not. The people that the British work for independence, they all come from different walks of lives, different tribes, and they were all equal there on the table and everything. They were just there as the intellectuals of Nigeria, the people that have become the intellectual. The reason Awo and Zeke would have won the election, of course, because their numbers were bigger. Their ethnic group number is bigger in terms of voting for them to get there. And also, of course, they will have more representative in the room as from their place.
But Mike,
it's not them that. It's not just them that were.
Mike, Mike, you have to remember that before they even won the election, before election was won, they were already having meetings and they were already having negotiations at these conferences. And it was always these three parties that showed up.
What do you mean three parties?
They always showed up under the North people. Some people representing the North under the banner of the Saldana and the Ahmadu Bello. Okay, and then you had the where they have we can call it the Afenifere, the Odua People's Union.
That's not true. That's not true. Before independent, no, that's not true. There was no Odua people, anything like that. Even hold on. Even when the British were even dealing with the spaces, they were even dealing with the kingdoms. Even within Yorubas, they were dealing with dealing with the Egba separately. They were dealing with the kingdom separately. They were dealing with the kings.
I'm talking about just organizing the independence now.
No, the independence. Okay. Wait. When the British were organizing independence, they were strategic. Before, don't forget that these politicians have scoop up under for independence. Most of them, when the British were in Nigeria early days, they were kids, they were children. The British were there in the 1800s now, but Awolowo was born in 1900 something. Ezekiel was born in 19. I was born in 1910, 14 or something. Zeke was born in 19. So they were kids. So what happened is, before they grew up and became the politicians, the British were dealing with the kingdoms. They were dealing with the the kings, the kingdoms, and they were dealing with them individually. They were dealing like bad people, different from the way they're dealing with your empire, even Lagos kingdom. They were dealing with the kingdoms. So what the British did, they planned this whole this whole thing. So what they did was taking all these guys from different part of these kingdoms, took them to England to educate them, were giving them scholarship, so they're preparing them to take over, to hand over to them. The British were not preparing to hand over Nigeria to the kingdoms, because there's no way. Which kingdom would they give the whole country to, or which king? They didn't even see possible that they can bring all the kings together to agree to one country. They didn't see it possible. So these guys, they were taking them, and when they were educating them, they were educating them to be British-minded, like Western people to be, you understand? They were educating them to think Western, thinking British kind of thing. So by the time they were leaving, they were now inviting them, all those intellectuals, all of them from all these ethnic groups, tried to bring them to start forming, getting involved into the politics and discussing this new country. So they educate them to see themselves as member of this big, what do you call it, colony of Nigeria, called Nigeria. So that's what they were learning through the education system, Nigeria. Whereas their fathers, their kings, they also were not learning anything called Nigeria. Just knowing that we're dealing with this Oyibo that's here coming to introduce our new civilization to us, you know, that kind of thing. So how did they plan it that way?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who invented Wazobia?
The Wazobia thing, I think it's not something formal. It's not like a constitutional thing or anything like that. It's just some people make it a slogan like, oh, this Yoruba Hausa big tribe, you know. And think about it, like when we had the three regions, the majority in the western region was Yoruba, the majority in the eastern region was Igbo, and the majority, the language in North was Hausa. So
exactly, it was a fait accompli the way it was organized. Essentially, what happened is the British, it was a fait accompli from get-go. Okay, look at the parties. Okay, look at the major parties.
When you say was fait accompli, what do you mean by that?
Okay, look at the three major parties as of independence, which are the same parties when they were negotiating in Lancaster House conferences and all these three independence conferences that they were doing, and where they negotiated how they're going to, independence and how they're going to distribute it. Look at the three major parties. So you have the NCNC, okay, which is under Azikiwe, but by that time, Aban Macaulay had passed away, and Azikiwe had started regionalizing the NCNC.
So are you trying to say NCNC was the Eastern party for the Eastern
region? But that was one of the problems that NCNC faced, because although Zik did try to bring the NCNC, he had strong presence in the Western region. Okay,
NCNC was created in the Western region now.
Yes, and even at the independence,
even both Awolowo and Zik were under NCNC.
They were NCNC, yes, they started under NCNC. But it was some of the excesses of Zik and some of the concerns. You can remember that Akitola and some of these people are complaining about how Zik was nepotistic, and it was influencing a lot of. They considered it that it was like NCNC, and that was one of the reasons they broke away. It was tribal, that they felt Zik was tribalizing the NCNC. When Abat Macaulay passed away and he took over the reins of the NCNC, one of the complaints of people such as Awolowo and Akitola was that this man was tribalizing the NCNC. That's why they broke away. Okay, and then they were from. AG was born out of the Afenifere Odua.
Was there really Afenifere?
They call it company Oduduwa People's Union. That's where AG came from. Action Group came from Agbeomodua. Do we agree on that?
I don't know. I don't agree, because don't forget that members of AG come from many other tribes other than Yoruba. You know that, right? People like Enaro is an Esama, it's not Yoruba man. It was a prominent member of AG. There are many.
But at the time, you have to understand, even at the time, the Esa at the time associated, even some of their kings associated with Yoruba kings.
No, they didn't. No.
Even the West, even some of their kings associated with the Western House of Chiefs at the time. Mike, I know this for a fact because
They were. Mike, what happened is this, when that Western region were in the West that time completely, they align. It gets to a point whereby, this Awolowo thing of trying to, the region is from, trying to make the Oba there like changing history. It did settle well with even a lot of kings within the Western region. The kind of history they were trying to sell out. That's where the fallout started.
It's possible I'm trying to maybe favor his own people to some degree. But we also know that during negotiations, the national negotiation, Awo was the one who really standing for the position of the minorities. The evidence is there. He was the one.
No,
The whole
wait,
idea
wait,
of
wait.
the idea of
The thing is,
minority have been on the table to have their say, all those things. It was our
the minority, wait, those people you call minority were actually the indigenous people. Their voice were strong, like the Bini and others you
yeah,
call
that's what I'm
minority
saying.
today.
Within
Yeah,
within
they themselves voices were very, very strong. So,
exactly.
but the thing is, those leaders who they now consider majority, let me put it this way: the Westerners recognize those people you call minority already for years, history before the British came. So, but in the Eastern region, it was a different ball game.
It was
In the North, they
different
know
ball game.
themselves. Yeah, it was a different ball game.
They
in the
didn't
East.
have voice
So
at all. Like
they were
all
not having voice. It's like nobody want to talk about Calabar or maybe whatever again. It's like it's just like Igbo.
even
I don't know
those Cameroonians, they got angry and left. Like
yeah.
they
So
left
you
and went
can
to
see
Cameroon. Like, boy,
it was
it's
a
not
different ball. It was a different ball game that people sometimes they don't want anybody to talk about. So when people now raise the issue like within this region that the British created, if not West, there are minority. The Hausas recognize all these Jukun and the rest, and they do things side by side. They don't even have ethnic tension, and that is why they supported. They form as a unity of North to fight the East, because they don't have internal crisis at all. But within the Eastern region, there was already a big crisis, unaddressed crisis, and Nigeria government inherited that crisis till today. So that distrust is what we are still suffering, and now it has grown to a point where nobody trusts any other person again, except you have to fight for the political power and start using Nigeria military might and police might and political might to be structuring things in a way that will favor your ethnic people. Take, for example, they want to create a state the other day. Yeah, Igbo said they have state in the Midwest. So everybody was surprised. Why? Oh, these people don't know their history, they are Igbo. All these are confusion. Why not stick to your own place? It has been like that from day one. You want to tell others.
Midway, I want to ask you a quick question.
Huh?
My question is that let's assume that Tinubu win the next election. So come 2031, what is the South game plan?
If Tinubu, no, for him to win the election, I mean, I'll be what you're talking about.
No, I mean, assuming that Tinubu win the election in 2027, in 2031, the power will go back to the North. So what is South game plan?
The South are going to be, once Tinubu win the second term, the politician will, from that day one, they will start aligning with the Northern. You know, Ribadu, if not because of this gun where they catch out with, I get believe say they would have protected that man after Tinubu to take over power.
No, not any gun with Ribadu. It is Malami that they cut a lot of guns with. Malami,
no, somebody said he gave it to them and they did not want to investigate it. You know, those kind of things go. They
are investigating him. Who told you that they have already charged him to court? It is Malami. It is not Ribadu. Malami already charged to court with the
Malami is different.
My question to you is not about Ribadu.
Maybe see what they would do. See what the South will do. They will carefully weigh who will be next in the North and try to project themselves for deputy. Because now they have handled.
That means what you are telling me is that by 2039, South will go for the presidency again. Is that what you are saying?
You see, 2027, at Tinubu, for example, they will campaign. And then after his own election, the power will be going to North. Then the South people will be thinking of how to be deputy.
That's what I'm saying. After 8 years of the North, that means by 2039, power will go back to the South. Is that what you are saying?
So what are you people going to do with the Southeastern people? So that means the Southeastern people will not be deputy.
The deputy, the South are not going to leave deputy position for the Igbos. If power is going to North.
Why?
They're going to fight for it.
Why?
They're going to fight for it heavily. My brother,
why can't you leave it for them? Why can't you leave it for them? You people are about to deputy.
Well, they may, but it depends how the Igbo projected themselves. If this kind of not align with people, just you are trying to, that Nigeria did not give us the power. You don't want to fight for it. You don't want to strategize for it, my brother. They will lose it.
Midway, Do you know why I asked you that question? The reason why I asked you
No.
that question, everybody is projecting their own regional interest. See the way you talk
Yeah.
now. So if you get that vice president, so 2039, you will be going for presidency. That is it.
Because
Because you are positioning yourself very well. So that is
yeah,
politics for you.
and
That's what
now
I'm trying to say.
there may be the likelihood of, okay, we will give you to Southeast as deputy, then the Senate again in the South. The South people will look at it very well and say, no, the former one was from our region. They're not going to allow that to happen. We must drag for the deputy. So they're going to put their heads together because it's not left for Igbo now to say, okay, we want to be Senate president. I don't know any president that will give them that chance. You see problem? Because the way the politics is going, the Senate president and president, my brother, any president now will not tolerate any Senate president that will not be hallelujah boy. I want it like this. I have it. Bam. That's all. So we can't take that away. I don't know who they will trust, whether they will trust what is this man, the one they call Supreme Court governor, whether they will trust him to Pusodima to be Pusodima, whether they will support that one to be Senate president at that time. I don't know, but maybe if they trust anybody that they can work with, who will not listen to their people, then they can support it.
See, we have to remember something. We are all negotiating and everything is all about Yoruba, Hausa, but we forget that there's so many other people. Okay, look at the situation now with this talk of, okay, if Tinubu has to change his deputy. Okay, you have to understand that the Kanuri people as well, they feel like they have a right as well to ask for something from Nigeria. Now, if Tinubu,
see, there will be problem. If power is going to North, it may not go to Fulani, it may go to Hausa. The way Tinubu is going to dismantle those people.
So you have to look at it. See, Nigeria is beyond Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. You know, Nigeria is beyond Yoruba, Igbo, and Fulani. It's beyond us. There's all these other different people. They deserve something in Nigeria as well. So, like, I mean, they deserve something.
Most of them, they don't fight for themselves. You see Benin people spending energy fighting for Obi to be president. I ask them why. They will say, because Igbo man has not been president. I say, which Benin man has been president? You see, I'm like, these people, they spend energy fighting for the majority. They'll be sacrificing themselves. I'm like, you people should start fighting for yourselves. So at the end of the day, they don't blame any majority for not giving you. No, they don't fight for themselves.
The thing is that every tribe in Nigeria, you will see people fighting for one person or the other. Even the Yoruba you are talking about. There are Yorubas that will be fighting for Igbo persons to become president. You understand? Just see it that way. Even as we speak today, some people are, strategizing how to throw Tinubu away 2027, and they are Yoruba men. So it's just a normal politics. But the
statement when people tell, I understand that fight for people. If you want to support someone, support, but don't be telling me that they've never been president when you yourself never been president. What kind of?
Yeah, I know they talk that one.
If you tell me say you won't vote for him because he's good or something, but don't come and be telling me, but I'm feeling sorry for them now. They've never been president. But you're from Calabar, you never been president either.
Mike, the way I say it is this. The reason why you're having that fight from the Northwest is because you know that if Tinubu wins 2027, it's going to give it to either North Central or Northeast. That means it takes them out of the equation.
Let me tell you something.
That's why you see that fight like that. But at the end of the day, if Tinubu wins that 27, power is going to either Northeast or Northwest.
I won't necessarily say that too. I think yes. There are some Igbo politicians they are learning now. They are actually understanding.
No,
I never even said statement. Don't they argue? Let me learn now. Let me say what I want to say before you challenge me. If Tinubu somehow, let's say magically, turn things around when Nigeria just start to be boom, you understand? Like by end of his second term, if Tinubu now anoint David Umahi to be president, continue from where he started to continue that
policy. No.
Well, I'm just saying, let me learn.
Can it work? It cannot work.
He go walk. I'm saying if the guy, don't forget what I said. I say if the guy, if Nigeria prosperity, I'm talking about serious prosperity.
It can't work.
if they
In
see
Northern
serious prosperity, they will forget all this ethnic
Mike,
rubbish.
Mike,
They will,
No.
like even they never do 4 years. They never do complete 4 years. The North is already
They
agitated.
just shout.
if
There's
I'm
no
telling you,
way.
they are shouting because hunger did and they never see things. I'm telling you that if by
It's like cheating. Yeah, let's
what do you
say
mean
the truth.
cheating? Wait,
After Tinubu 8 years,
bros,
whatever,
I
going
don't think
back to the
you
north.
listen to what somebody say with bias. You're not listening. I'm telling you, listen to the key word. If something
The key
magically,
word, whether Nigeria is bubbling, is booming with money, everything is super good
you're out
under
of your mind.
Tinubu.
Okay, why are people
You is
not?
out of my mind. You don't. I'm
Yeah, you
telling
are
what
not
I'm
paying
saying.
attention.
The word you are using, the phrase
Let
you
me.
are using is rude.
Okay, my apology. My
Apologize
apology.
first.
It's not an insult. Okay, my apology, but I wasn't
Why
trying to
should I
insult
be
you.
out of my mind? Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
sorry. The reason why in Lagos, right? Everybody was okay. You know what? Tinubu and his anointing just continue because they say like, okay, the prosperity is just they see that prosperity, so nobody is just everybody's like, no, let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that. We no longer we are not agitating like, why is it just constantly ruling Lagos? People like, no, we see that progress has just continued. Let's keep it going. Let's keep continuation. What
Okay,
I'm saying is, but let me land. What I'm saying is, if something magically happen during Tinubu's second or like rise in office, where we just see one progress, just continue steadily growing fast, and everybody's like, wow, look at this great thing. And the north, the south, the east, everybody's like, whoa, Nigeria is just bubbling, this is just going great. And Tinubu is about to leave, and he tell everybody, guys, look, if you want this thing to continue to bubble, this guy I'm anointing will keep it going. Vote for him. Nigeria will vote for him. I'm telling you.
Okay,
Nobody
It
wants to
wouldn't
go back
work.
to that suffering.
Let me say my
Mike,
own. Let me say my
Midwest,
own.
my line.
Whatever. Even Nigeria is number one Tinubu regime. That power 2031 is going back to the north because that country is wired between north and south, whether you like it or not. So no, it's glaring that
That's the way
after
you see.
Tinubu. Let me finish. You at least I allow you to talk. No matter what happens, that power go back to the north. But the north we are talking about, everybody knows that it's the turn of the northeast or north central. If northeast play their game very well, I see people like Rivado becoming your president in 2031. And if the South South continue to play, their game very well. Let me finish. If South South continue to play their game very well, and in 2027, they return majority of their senators, they voted for APC. I see them as the VP candidate, and in 2039 as a potential president come from that place. That's my analysis. So anybody can talk.
So you think Nigeria perpetually continue to do this turn by turn Nigeria Limited? At one point,
It's not like
for the foreseeable future, yes.
for peace
maybe
to
for
reign,
this, yeah. But at one point,
it's going
Nigeria
to
will
be
grow out
like
of that
that.
rubbish, man. At one point,
No,
we
they
will
won't.
mature out of it.
At one point.
That's
But
what
you
I'm
look
saying.
at America. The American democracy is 250 years. Okay. And when you look at some of the earlier heads of states that they had, you can actually see a tendency, which was one of the reasons also that actually influenced the Civil War. Because some of the people in the South felt cheated by what they felt was Northern dominance. Okay, so there's a tendency, and it's just gonna be like that. And to be frank,
No. This is what I think. Personally, I think people. If people will evolve, at one point people are gonna evolve, but there has to be a reason why they will evolve.
But it's
Hold on, let
not
me
going to
land.
be
Let me
very
land.
quick like that.
Let me tell you why. I'm telling you that Nigeria will continue to do this turn by turn thing until something happens where they will make people like, you know what, man, this kind of thing, people that will cause people to evolve. And that's why I give it that example. Like if Tinubu magically just do something where all this thing is doing, just something, Nigeria just begin to see one kind of crazy progress over, like just prosperity just happening like that. People are going to want to hold on to that
it
prosperity.
wouldn't happen.
And they will evolve beyond that. They're going to evolve out of
People
that
would
turn by turn Nigeria Limited.
you'll have to rob
The reason
people
why
of
we are
their
doing turn by
ethnic
turn Nigeria Limited
identity
right now, hold on.
is because of the ethnic identity.
The reason why we all gluing, even intelligent people are gluing to this turn by turn Nigeria Limited, because we know that all the politicians right now, they are all just the same. So you must just do turn by turn Nigeria Limited.
We must say the reality. The way that country is wired for now, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2031, it go back to the north. That is the truth.
It's wired like that because we are used to the same old politicians doing the same thing. So
what you have in mind, what you might have in mind is good, but maybe in the next 20 years or 30 years, maybe it can be like that, but not at this point in time.
That's what I told you. Now I agree with you. Not at this one because that's why I say magically.
Right.
That's what I told you magically. If Tinubu do something, go ahead.
Even 2027, it's not even sure whether Tinubu will remain. It's still going to be a fight. I'm telling you, it's not going to be.
So what do you say? Can you repeat?
I said even that 2030 something you are talking about. Let's talk about 2027. We don't even know whether power will go to North. 2027.
No, forget. You know what? Let me be frank with you. I will tell the truth. Look, this is power of incumbency. Whether you like it or not, whether by crook or me, anything, that man will throw it on there and he will win and never will not come.
It's true, but look at it from this angle. Look at it from this angle.
Look. I don't want us to waste our energy on that. When Buhari was going for second time, they threw everything at him and he won. So forget it. So 2031 will be another election that's going to be tough among the northern candidates. That one, I can rest assured, is going to be tough. But for that 2027, it's dusted. Forget it. It's dusted already.
Anyway, one thing is this. For now, Tinubu is able to manage America presence. He's doing well.
And then he's going to UK. When all these people are calling you, what do you think? Do you think is
what is that?
When the superpowers are calling you, it's by next by what do you call it? By what do you call it? By March, he's going to go to UK to meet the King of England and their king. When they started calling you like that, you should understand the politics behind all of these things.
But I think the British are trying to reestablish their influence in Nigeria because they are probably looking at Tinubu and saying, okay, if they know Tinubu would try and establish a culture, okay. If APC can survive 2031, okay, and they return an APC president in 2031, APC would establish a culture that would define how presidency is conducted in Nigeria. That's the reality of it. Because if Tinubu completes 2027 and transitions to an APC president for 8 years, that would have been APC for 3 consecutive for 8 years. So that's 12. Well, that's 4 years. Okay, sorry. That'll be 16. No, not 16. No, sorry. So APC 16 years. Another. So 24 years. Okay. If APC rolls for 24 years continuously, you are looking at a situation where a culture would have been established. And I think the Brits are looking.
Don't you think that one is also possible? Don't you think?
I think the Brits are looking at it and saying, "Are we going to align with an individual that will influence how that culture is shaped?" And that individual to them is Tinubu.
A stable Nigeria is also okay. If Nigeria is stable, so why not under one political party? Do you think ADC, PDP, do they have the strength? Do they have the will to even defeat APC in the next election? Look at PDP now. They don't have.
The reason why I feel they are inviting you, Tinubu, is this. America relationship with the UK, there are a lot of suspicion.
Yeah, there's all distrust, and also France as well. The French relationship with the UK, because you have to look at it. UK have left Brexit. UK have left Brexit. So they've left EU. So both the relationship between UK and France and the relationship between UK and America is strained. So I think UK is trying to reestablish their influence. They don't want to lose their influence to the Americans. They don't want to lose their influence to the French because they can see that Tinubu has a good relationship with the French.
Knowing the way the Americans behave under Trump or the way America want to protect themselves, I think some of them threaten the British interest in Nigeria because they have intelligent guidance about what Trump really wants. They may even know it better than the Nigerian president. and they also have to calculate what they should do for their own interest, and that is why they want to talk to Tinubu. They want to romance.
I think that you can see. I think that's really what it is as well. I really think that's what it is. They are trying to reestablish their dominance.
Looking at those who are trying to, lobby to say, okay, remove this man, do that one. What they don't understand is that it's not easy. They don't want to explode that place. All of them understand that there's a serious problem in that country. They don't want to be the one that will trigger it. That's why America is very conscious and trying to tell the president, look, we want it this way. Now I can sell you the arm. I'm not going to be like the remaining president. I will sell it for you. Whatever they discussed, they knew very well. But the British interest in Nigeria with Trump, the British are not comfortable.
No. They don't want to lose their nobody wants to lose Nigeria to the other party. Because to be frank, whatever they know that if Nigeria becomes stable, Nigeria will dominate Africa. And then whichever of them actually, at least Nigeria will dominate most of sub-Saharan Africa, West Africa, South, and they want to make sure that whoever is controlling the narrative in Africa is someone that they have direct influence over. So, I think that's what it is. But one man said something earlier, and I thought about it right now, and I think it's very possible that they might knight Tinubu. It's very possible that the King of England is going to knight him.
Okay.
It's very possible. Okay. And I'll tell you why. When was the last time the King of England knighted any major political leader in Nigeria? Not since, 1950s, 1960s?
I can't even remember, sir.
Yeah. Sometimes around the 1950s was the last time any major political leader in Nigeria was knighted. I can tell you that for a fact because my own.
Those were who are who?
Yes, my grandfather was knighted.
Okay, but they were not really the president of the country,
Well, but I'm just in general. At the same time, Amadou Bello, a bunch of them are knighted, but not for a very, very long time. And I think if the British are looking to reestablish their influence and reestablish that link.
Aro, so you think they will knight a drug dealer? Is that what you think now?
What the King? Do you know who the King of England is? Come on, think about it now. It's King Charles. Charles has his dealings. Charles has his dealings and almost his. I mean, we don't want to be talking of. We are live over here. But all of us know.
It's not. I'm just being sarcastic, man. Like
Charles has his dealings. You know the way Charles did. Charles has his dealings. He was.
Brother, please, let's not go that side because I just come and joke here with that question, not that I'm serious.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Charles was figured in both the Pandora Papers and the Panama Papers. I mean, the man is not. His hands are not clean. It is.
So but the whole point is that the world, they are taking notice of what is going on. So they see the thing with Nigeria is that the world global economy have always seen a lot of potential. They've always seen a lot of potential in Nigeria, but they've always feel like the economic policies that Nigeria has been pursuing over the years were not the right ones. And you can see the level of interest, especially in the both upstream and downstream sector of the oil sector in Nigeria, with the level of investment that are pouring into that sector. And the West want to have some level of energy security, and they look at Nigeria as a country that can be of partnership to them when it comes to energy.
We already built a pipeline. We already built a gas pipeline.
Yeah, so when it comes to energy, they've looked at Russia. They've looked at it a long term. Russia can still be a reliable partner. They have their doubts there. So where is your next destination that is close to home? That's Nigeria. You just need that pipeline to go through Morocco into Spain, and they are home and dry. And if they
already started building it. I mean, it's already. If not for all this Niger and all this conflict in Niger and Co, that pipeline will be good as done already.
And this is why I keep emphasizing on the kind of economic policy that we as a nation have pursued over 40 years or more, right? it hasn't been the right way to run a country like Nigeria. It has been disastrous. It has not allowed capital to come into Nigeria. It has not allowed investors to come into Nigeria. Uh, there was a time, maybe I think a brief period of time under Jonathan, but even at that time, there was no much interest the way we have it today. Because what we were doing was just like stupid. It didn't make sense. And when you speak to some average Nigeria, they say, "Oh, Nigeria is have resources. Nigeria is rich. Nigeria is yeah." Like which country do you see have resources that its government was the one that harnessed the resources? You always need capitals to come in. You
Yes,
always need
exactly.
investors to bring money in to be able to harness your resources. But if you don't put the right policies in place, people are not going to come in. Imagine a situation whereby people come and run a airline and they cannot repatriate their money back. That was just $5 billion or $5 or $7 billion. They couldn't repatriate their money back. What kind of who want to put their money in the system like that?
You know, we are still suffering for that thing till today. All the ticket prices are still high. The ticket prices are still high, and that's just because they're still.
I think because of you are right, because of Tinubu policy, and we're able to come out of this economic meltdown we have. They never believed that Nigerian can do like that, and the refinery also helped Nigeria. You are right; they are looking for energy resources.
Yeah, it just Europe. The whole of Europe is looking for energy security right now. They need energy security, and
they need it. They really need
especially if you go to the UK. The UK, their steel factory are shutting down. Refineries are shutting down. So they really need to
anything that has to do with manufacturing in UK is not shutting down. It has shut down already.
Is that so? It's all going. So they need to
and
look
America too. Their manufacturing sector is not competitive like before.
Look, these guys coming to Africa, I don't really see policy like Tinubu policy doing the margin. The world is changing, and they can see it clearly.
No, you are not following it now. The economic policy of Tinubu are really help Nigeria.
Let me round this point. Whether the policy is good, is not good, is none of their business. What they are just after is their own interest first. And the way the world is changing and the speed at which things are changing is a concern for these guys. And we have the resources, and they understand that serious competition is coming to Africa again, and they have to find their space. There's no two ways about it. Like this guy just said, he said everything has shut it down. Come to Germany, come to Sweden here. Production has reduced to almost zero because we don't have population. We depend on EU market, seriously. But the people, they don't have strength to buy anymore. So a lot is going on, and they will surely move. In the past, they move like
what
West.
Happened to Swedish manufacturing industry? What happened to them?
My brother, the market, demand is the thing. It's the thing that drives
because most of them, they ship their manufacturing base to the rest of the world. That is just it, okay?
No, see, for example, they used to take 20 containers to like Germany market. Now, German can no longer buy more than 10. Because they are not also, I just gave you an example, because they themselves, market there is slow. The whole thing is so connected and it's showing every day. And look at
there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. Yes. It's not simple.
They used to discuss together as West when they see this problem because they were the one who designed this system we are fighting for. But the way things is going, they are more confused.
Midwest. You have to also take into account the fact that there's actually an aging population problem in a lot of Europe. Look at Japan as well. Japan as well, they are struggling. They are starting to struggle. Because you have to look at a lot of these countries, the way they built their economy, a lot of it is based up on the pension scheme. The pension plan, the pension pot is actually a powerful tool how a lot of governments finance their budgets. If you go and look at what the idea, like the way economies, these Western economies, they built their economies, you have to look at the strength and the influence of that pension plan.
Yeah, because they can always budget ahead of years when it comes to
and they can borrow. Those pension pots are actually one of the biggest borrowers. Like when you talk about creditors, those pension pots are some of the biggest creditors for governments around the world. Now, one problem.
I don't know whether the information is correct.
I'm telling you, Midwest, go and look at it. Go and look at how.
What you are saying is correct, but I want to put an information here. They were interviewing one of Swedish economists. He said the greatest economic challenge that will trigger serious problem is about to happen. You see this pension fund, they have entered this fund so much
that
they are not even repaying it back.
They cannot repay it back. Let me finish. Let me now finish.
I don't 1 second. But they cannot. This is the reason why they keep extending the pension age. Or to now, pensionable age across Europe is about 65 years.
Yes.
65.
And that is also why you see a lot of these countries are very desperate for high-skilled immigrants.
So this is something that I know was before some years ago was 58 years.
The man was talking about American debt. He said, who exactly is America owing? They are owing their central bank. Why Europe is owing their pension? You can see the danger. It's like many games were taking place that the guy said, okay, you see these loan givers, people, I don't know whether finance something institution that borrow money, that the government turned blind eyes. Those guys were able to access those funds, and they were loaning this money to companies sometimes that don't even make profit. And at the end, they use it to finance whatever and claim some certain money. So the shitty system that we use to say everything is working fine is what is playing out today. Why German economy is going down, this one is going down, this one is going down everywhere in Europe. The guy was analyzing that Europe only will be so catastrophic if they don't do the needful, that they don't want to analyze exactly who is America owing. How can you be owing your central bank and you cut down one loan that will threaten you forever? Why these people are consuming their pension money here in Europe? So I don't know whether it's true, but
Japan are in that same situation right now. Japan,
I was so worried when he was talking. So, but
Japan have a problem. Japan have a problem as well of an aging population, and because it's not just the fact that they are so indebted to the pension funds and they cannot pay it back realistically, and that's why you see that they're always raising all these government bonds, and those government bonds are always literally those bonds are perpetual. So essentially, it's kind of like the system is so corrupt. The system is so terrible. Now, the other problem we also has the aging population. I mean, really, to be frank, it's a very serious situation. And the thing about it is most people in Europe don't even understand how it works. If you ask the average person in Europe, they can't tell you how it works.
The problem is they want immigrants.
The entire West
and at the same time, they want to have their own culture, who they have. They discover it is not possible. So some of these politicians are trying to fight immigrants. Oh, we don't need that. Like what happened in Spain. Now, these are far-right people. But they realize that if they don't legalize the one they have now, the economy will go down to zero again. You see? So they don't have more children growing up. They did not give birth to their kind. They still need immigrants.
The issue is there'll be nobody to pay into the pension fund very soon.
But the one Spain is doing is what I don't understand. They are naturalizing 500,000 people good, but there's no job in that country. What are you doing? Why nationalizing? Sorry, they are legalizing, kind of regularizing, but 500,000 people. But there's no job there. Like, what are you doing?
They have job, but the kind of job they have is very.
Labor. Is that manual labor now?
It's very.
Spain is more like tourism. So it's restaurant, it's bar, it's hotels.
They are into agriculture, and those
agricultural work. Agriculture. They have. No, it's not like, but it's hugely, massively tourism.
No, they have tourism industry. It's good, but they don't legalize because of tourism. How many people work in a hotel? They have their own people. So
what are you talking about? Spain, every corner, every street, you see cafe everywhere. You see restaurants everywhere. You see bar every corner. Even on one street like this, you can see 10 year everywhere. They face each other. Everybody sit outside drinking coffee in the morning. That's the industry.
I understand, but they don't legalize immigrant because of job from that tourism sector, like bar or everything, because the Spanish do this kind of job a lot. But when it comes to the agriculture, because I started life there, when it comes to the agricultural sector, when they don't give paper to foreigners, they start losing a lot of money during the time of harvest. So, but when they give this paper, if the industries are there because they pay low, the same paper they legalize. It gets to a point when you want to renew for permanent, they start taking it back, frustrating people. So all these things are there. They will definitely do. They will collect money, make some money, and these are far right that said they don't want, because for them to do it, they have evaluated everything because a lot is going on. They don't know what to do. Even the
Midwest. Do you know the problem with most European countries? Is they want to. It's like people that they want to eat and how to say it. They want to eat food and at the same time hold it in their hand.
They want to eat their cake and have it.
Thank you. They want to eat their cake and have it. So that's their major problem. First, you are giving a lot of people loan to do business. Most of these people, after they do the business, they file it for bankruptcy. That's a bad debt.
Yeah.
Look at country like I'm living now. They are now the worst unemployment situation in the whole of Europe. They are the last. Very terrible economy. So, and they still want to continue with their welfare system. You cannot meet up anymore. Your people are not productive. The people want to stay at home. They don't want to work. They don't want to have more children. And then most of your politicians will be telling that it's an immigrant problem. What job are immigrants even taking from the local people in Europe? You cannot take most of the culture away from Europeans. So sometimes it's like you want to have your cake and eat it. You need
that immigration thing is a lie. The reason why politicians focus on that is because it's a way for them to stay in power and to still cater to their base.
Remy, you see, they did the same thing. They did the same thing pre-Brexit. Oh, we cannot get this. We cannot get that. We cannot get it. Be immigrant, Polish, Ukrainian, this one, that one. Okay, fine. They left. It has gone downhill. The economy has gone downhill since they left. Since they left, the economy it's got worse. Today now, they've have 3-4 prime minister. After that, still no solutions. Sometimes these people don't understand. They don't understand that.
You know the funny thing? They all realize that they need immigration, but the way that they talk about immigration, they make it seem like they're doing us a favor, but we're doing them a favor, actually. Because if you look at the jobs that within these Western economies, a lot of the people who are I won't say no longer immigrants, but let's say old people that have based on those, they don't want to take those jobs. They're like, they see themselves like, oh, I'm too big for this job. Why would I want to do this job? But immigrants will come and say, okay, yeah, I'll happily take the job and I'll do it, and they will do it perfectly.
Yeah, but you know what I don't understand about this. Ireland is not like that.
Ireland is different.
Ireland is not like different. Because you look at there's no job an Irish person don't do in this country.
Ireland is very different. The mentality is very different.
There's absolutely no job. Like you're talking about farming now, right? You will never see a black person in a farm in Ireland. There's no job an Irish person don't do. It does what is it? It doesn't matter how low you go in that job, you find an Irish person. It's not like
that's more a historical thing. Ireland has been through a lot.
So in Spain also, there is no agricultural job that the Spanish don't do. But during the season of harvest, sometimes because most of these are still manual, so they need more power, or else they start losing money. You see them showing perishable goods, and the government will be evaluating it. So some of these things drive them to say, okay, we want to legalize people, and if we give you this document,
that is the way to go, so that they can have people all around to work there, and they can expand. But they are not doing that. You just want to give them visa for 3 months to come and what?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they make it seem like they're doing them a favor, but they're not.
Spanish have almost year-round agricultural. Like where we live here, Finland, Sweden, Norway. These people don't give paper to immigrants. They are not into farming. without
They are not into
without
farming,
no,
but the economy is also not good. I'm telling you. In
Then,
fact, we are
then,
reaching
then
up from.
Norway is not struggling. Norway is doing well.
Norway is okay. The reason why
no, it's
Norway
not
is
Norway I'm
okay
talking. Not Norway I'm talking about. I mean Sweden, Finland. Denmark is
forget
still
they
doing
are
fine. I don't know.
done. And
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know
this kind
what
of
the Danish are
social
doing.
welfare system, it
The
has to
social welfare
change.
system is not working.
It's outdated, man.
It's
It's
There's
outdated.
outdated.
nothing
No,
wrong with the social welfare
there's
system.
nothing wrong.
No,
It's still working well. It's still working well. They are still strongly. But the thing is that what really
Okay,
finished this guy, man? What really finished this guy? You see this pension loan. A lot of guys just came in here with some business idea, and they are selling this money.
I'll tell
Now
you. I'll tell you why.
they are not
I'll,
coming for
no,
bankruptcy.
you guys
And
say the social welfare system is working, but the truth is that it's not really working this way it's supposed to work. And the reason why is
yes.
because it's having a drag on productivity. People that are meant to be working, they are not working. Rather,
Yeah.
they rather depend on social welfare. And if you're depending on social welfare and you're not working, that's a drag on the economy. That's drag on resources. So it's not working
Yes.
as you think that it should be working.
In
It's
addition to
the,
your point,
it's
here
the
in
same thing in
Finland,
Canada. It's something in Canada.
they said they are having a kind of, I forgot the term they used. There are more than 100,000 people for 10 years they have not been working. Now, to put them back into the working force, they cannot get the system anymore. So you have to continue to pay benefit to those people. And many more people are staying at home doing nothing, just to collect benefit.
Exactly.
Now they are overstretched, and they are overstretched. They now started cutting the benefit for the last 3 years, especially those depend on benefit. Even the schools that you said is free education, they started asking them, pay for this, pay for that, do this, do that. So many things. So it's already overstretched because the economy is not expanding as it's supposed to expand.
Yeah,
And for you
productivity.
to be an entrepreneur here, the standard and the license that you should collect to meet some certain kind of standard, it's not easy. So how
There's
are you going to make profit?
there's
You're
one
not going to
thing.
make profit or break even.
Yeah.
So a lot of trouble, a lot of wahala. So
Mhm.
the point is that all what that glitter is not gold.
Yeah.
Nigeria is lucky with that population. If we get right leader for 20 years, that country will turn around immediately. We just need
I
that cycle of 20 years, good leadership, and then we'll be fine.
one of the major problems, and somebody I think you guys mentioned this, is the demographics. Like the baby
Yes,
boomers, they're all retiring, and this is across
yes.
the West. And all the baby boomers, they have businesses, and some of them they don't have any next of kin to pass on the business to, or even
Because they don't want to do it.
even all the
They don't want
assets
to
they
do it.
have, they don't have anybody to pass on to. So you're
Yes.
stuck in this bind where people don't even want to do the jobs that these baby boomers are doing, or they don't even the assets. There's nobody to take those assets basically. So now you're stuck in a limbo, and then on top of that, like somebody mentioned, the pension funds as well. The pension funds are in a bind because if you look at their balance sheets, if you look at their investments, a huge portion of them has always been in government bonds. But now with the
So,
physical situation of governments, like governments are overstretched. Like they pay so much in debt servicing, interest rate is so high. That's why you see all this central bank coordination. They're trying to say how can we reduce interest rates so that way we can help kick the can down the road. But they cannot do that forever because it's also affecting their currency, the valuation of their currency as well. So that's why you see a lot of these pension funds now. They're now saying, okay, let's go into alternative assets. Let's see how we can raise more funds to meet our liabilities. But then the issue now is the longevity risk. The people that the pension holders, they are getting older and they are living longer. So how are you going to pay these people out? So they have a huge problem.
What do you guys think about this new currency that these BRICS guys are trying to all this? The Chinese, the Russians, and all these their allies. They're trying to make the world more of a multipolar world where it's not
I
just.
think it's not gonna work totally. But what they can do is what they are doing, swapping their local currency for international trade. Like if you trade with Chinese, you pay renminbi, and they can
Yeah,
get you
that
one
makes
hour.
sense.
No,
That
no.
makes sense. But
Okay,
bringing
right
out
now.
alternatives like dollar, no, it's
No,
not
what I'm
gonna
saying is
work.
right now the global trading currency is dollar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So what
yes,
I'm
yes.
saying is, what if these guys come up with alternate currency, like just a new
Yeah,
currency
but
like
that how does that who even started that? How does that even make sense in the first place? Having a global
It is
currency.
China, India,
No, I mean no. I mean like
Brazil.
this having a global currency of a dollarized global. Who even brought that idea in the first
It is
place?
Oh, the
America,
US.
and
No,
America
wait.
No,
again.
it wasn't
It's
America. It was
stupid. Like you're
Yeah,
going to buy
there
something
was.
in
It's
China.
just,
You want to
it's
buy
just
something in China. You have
bombarded.
to go through. You have to first
See,
of all convert
they
into
Go
dollar,
through
then
after the second
stupidity.
World
The
War,
Second World War.
yeah. I know. I'm just saying like
America,
it doesn't make sense.
most of the system we have been operating, it was
Yes.
a complete Western system. So they
Yeah.
put their heads together, they work together, they look for places of benefit. But the way it is today, there's a lot of competition around this system. And instead
process
of
of
them to
industry.
instead of them
Go
to
ahead.
unite,
They were the so industrialized
and
countries back
figure
then.
out what to do, the way Trump is doing it, there comes a lot of confusion because Chinese are watching them, Russians are watching them. They understand the key areas that is sustaining these people. And if they kick that dollar away, it's not only America that is going to suffer. The
The
same
whole
Europe that they
world.
don't, the same European country you see, UK, Germany,
They will
everything
suffer.
negatively is going to affect everything.
Yeah, but the whole
So
world, even Africa, the whole world will suffer it
The
because
whole world will suffer.
a lot of countries.
Africa
Like,
Africa may not suffer.
Africa will not
Wait,
suffer.
not the whole world. Africa will not
but
suffer.
African country,
I'll tell you why
the
Africa
Midwest,
will
Africa
suffer.
countries still hold their reserve. They still hold their
Africa,
reserve
no,
in
it's not
dollars.
about even the reserves. It's about the
which
money
reserve?
that they've
Reserve in
borrowed.
dollar.
The money
The
they've borrowed
reserve
is
in
in
dollar. What
dollars.
if they devalue the dollar? Reserve in dollar. My dear brother, if they throw it away, I know everybody will suffer, but the most people that will suffer is the industrialized countries. This is what is already happening. They don't even know what to do, what is going on. It's just problem everywhere. As I told you, that pension fund, the way they have dealt with that fund, they understand that they have created serious problem because the money was huge.
That's why
Like they just moving.
That's why you see that now pension funds now they've convert. You know, before they used to have defined benefits, which is where they will calculate how long. Even in the corporate world, they'll say, okay, how long have you worked? And based on that, we'll now say this is what we give you. Now they've now moved to defined contribution.
Nobody's doing DB anymore. It's all DC now. It's defined contribution.
Now where you have to.
Arrow, do you notice that they've started deducting pensions straight from your wage now in Ireland?
And now I'm doing defined contribution now. So my pension plan is the Irish Life. I manage my pension plan like the same way I manage my pension now is one of the most important for me right now in my.
So this means you guys are not going back to Nigeria again. You guys are going to pay in these European countries. You're already looking towards pension in Europe.
No, now once you own your pension, you can go with
see the way you people have 401k in America, where your 401k is very, very important. Like if you're a serious person, you manage your 401k. And you like they say that's the same way my pension. That's the same way my pension is right now. Every month or thereabouts, I check my pension. My pension is maxed out. I'm contributing almost 14% into my pension. 16%. I think I'm maxing it out. No.
Are you doing government job?
No, I'm private. I'm in the private sector.
It's just interesting.
So you get pension.
The whole West, they are all suffering from the same illness.
No, like I put a percentage of my wages into my pension because it's important. It's not defined. I don't have a defined pension. I don't have a guaranteed pension.
But you put a certain percentage, but they've also made it a compulsory now that they can they will deduct from your salary except you decided to opt out of it.
Yes, minimum. Yeah, no, the minimum you can. So exactly like you said. I think it's at 6% or 4%. I can't remember.
No,
but I'm saying that. But I'm saying if you are serious about it, the only way you can be able to sustain and survive and live a quality of life similar as to when you're working, when you retire. You cannot. That 4% will not take you anywhere. It's not enough because you know. By the time
except if you go on pension in Nigeria, it might do you good. But
what I'm even saying is this. See, someone like my mother retired in this country. Okay, but people like her, for instance, they have a defined benefits. Like there's a minimum pension they can receive. They have a pension that can sustain a lifestyle for them. For someone like myself, well, obviously I'm more financially astute, so I do different things to make sure that at the time I retire, I'll be in good stead. But there's people that don't understand that very well. And I'm saying that minimum 4% and your employee puts
It's
your employer puts
nothing.
that 6, it's
Because
nothing.
inflation is it's more than 4%. So
Yeah, but
Yeah,
why not go into the stock market rather than go into
I
pension?
mean everywhere. You think I'm just in pension? I'm
you
everywhere.
just hit the nail on the head.
I'm everywhere. I have stocks. I buy stock. I buy long-term stocks as well. Everything. And bonds. Everything. I'm doing because if you understand the way the world is working and the future, like things are not going to be rosy by the time I retire.
Yeah, but
It's
like
going to
why
be.
would the way I see it,
You already give up, Aro.
the way I
Before you
see
know
it,
this
look,
generation are extremely
Aro, the
lazy.
way I see it, right? What's the point of retiring at 65? Like you're gone, man. Like you have nothing. You've worked too much. Like at least
Yes.
55, you should be done. Like 55, you should be out. Out.
The only way I can retire at 55 is if my employer lets me go early and they give me early retirement and they
give
pay
you
me
early
off.
retirement.
And they pay me off. That's the only way it can make sense for me.
It's always a calculus. They have to calculate the cost in their head. If the cost of retiring early is cheaper than waiting till 60, they would happily do it. But the reason they don't want to do it is because they know it's going to be more costly for them.
I mean, anybody that is smart in Europe at the moment, if you're smart, you just have to plan your life ahead.
What you just said now is what is happening to a lot of civil servants in Finland now. They are renegotiating their contract. They are paying a lot of people off, and some people are being demoted to get half salary and remain on the job. So you have to pick your choice. So it's a terrible situation. And when you talk about the pension, sometimes when you said you put all your eggs in different baskets, that's right. But if you put your egg in one basket, you are in deep serious problem.
You're in big problem.
Europe,
yeah.
To be frank, big problem. You just have to think smartly. Like here now, even if you are doing your own personal pension contribution, it also depends how much you are contributing, and also depends how much is your income. Because here they don't have gratitude. If you are paying less, it's even advisable here that you don't need to even work more. Because if you work more, they are going to pay you exactly the same amount of money that people that are not working. The minimum you can get as pension here is about 2 to 300 euro per month. So it's also, that's why you see a lot of film people, they say that we have balance of life. They don't work. And at the end of the day, they're going to get the same thing.
Instead of putting your money in
But what I'm saying is this. What I'm telling you is this.
So let me conclude. So I don't understand the welfare system anymore. So what kind of situation is that? You're putting all your heart working hard, and at the end of the day, when you collect the pension, the people that are not working, they can even get more money than you, or you are getting the same thing.
Mike, I'll tell you another benefit of actually the pension, the way I manage it at the moment. Because I'm in the high tax bracket already. Okay. But essentially, what it looks like I'm putting a lot in my pension, but what it is it's free money to me because otherwise I'll pay that money in taxes. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So there's kind of a tax relief. There's a tax relief aspect to it because it's strategic for me because otherwise it's a win-win for me.
Pension, if not, they will tax it heavily, and
you'll be taxed heavily. Okay, you get what I mean? That makes sense. You get what I mean? So obviously, I'm doing everything. I'm covering all corners because.
Let me ask
you.
Aro,
you see that?
Do they give you a pension to your children?
Yeah. Because my pension is with Irish Life. It's a private. It's not government. It's not a government pension. It's Irish. It's covered by.
They'll come and accept your children.
So I want to say so. I want to ask this question. So why is it that you see that in most of this, like Remy is talking about Finland and they're talking about Sweden and all of this country, but in Ireland the government is running surpluses for the past 2-3 years now.
Ireland is different now.
That's not going to last forever. That's not going to last forever. That is not going to last forever.
Hold on. You're forgetting that Ireland economy functions differently than the rest of Europe.
Yeah, but they run social welfare as well.
But Ireland, if you look at the economy, look at the businesses.
You say what, Remy?
Ireland runs a lot of
the same thing like all these Scandinavian and Nordic countries.
Well, what kind of social welfare you run?
We run up to university level free education. Do you do the same thing like that in Ireland?
No, not up to university level.
So what? And earth is also free. So do you do like that in Dublin or whatever?
No, the healthcare here is
So many benefits that if you are a citizen, the benefits are numerous. I'm telling you. Like for example,
guys,
let me
I
give
always
you an
wonder.
example. If you are married here, and if you are married and you have a kid, the government will pay each of you, husband and wife.
Per kid, though. No, it's per kid.
I always wonder, like all these countries are not like as industrialized or manufacturing that much for the world, and they're so wealthy. What's the source of their wealth?
Most of them high taxes anyway. You like in Ireland, the taxes here is quite high, but I understand that Ireland pay good wage as well.
What is backing the economy? Like what's the source of the money
It's
that's backing
taxes.
Taxes.
It's taxes,
Hold
and
on.
with Ireland have I think one of the lowest capital.
They have one of the lowest tax rate.
But you guys are not getting it.
One of the lowest corporate tax rates. So